Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shoot. Let's see. Are they all just in PlayStation chat?
Yeah, they'll bounce over it when they get bored.
Okay, so how do I check?
So if you go into your menu with your roster, so for you it should be tab. Then all the way over to store, left.
Oh, okay.
And at the very bottom, it'll show you all the DLCs. They got the star in it.
We have Beyond Light, Shadowkeep, and Forsaken.
Okay, you do have Shadowkeep. Do you have Xenophage?
Oh, I don't know. Is that a
Okay.
weapon?
Yeah, it's a heavy machine gun. It'll make life a lot easier on the solo play. It's not as great as it used to be, but oh yes, also get your free dusts. So on the top EU, in the very bottom right hand corner, you're gonna see a 30th anniversary gift, and
Oh.
it's just a bright dust. It's what you can use to buy stuff in that store for free for in-game currency instead of real money.
Oh, okay.
It's like free item with the green thing above it.
Oh, here. I am blind.
Yeah.
Hooray. Thanks, y'all.
So yeah, that bright dust is a. Yeah, I did read his message.
A Russian spy. Momo.
Oh, I'm American Spy. Come on now. All right, if you want to, I'll join up on you, and then we can get started on Xenophage first. It's just a good overall gun. I have Pit unlocked, so we can do that part.
Hey, Zeus. Hey, Momo.
It used to be like meta for all the raids and just like required. It's not as great as it used to be. It's pretty fun.
Should I add the other folks too?
Not yet. Like I said, when they bounce into the party chat, they said they could
Okay.
help us out if we need to do anything. This weekend too, man. So what you want to do is you want to go to the moon.
I don't even know what I have on this character.
Yep, right there.
Momo, it's not
And
Nomad, it's Truckin.
we want to go to Sorrow's Harbor, upper right one.
So I'm playing with my Warlock that I was playing just by myself.
What was that meta? That was meta Garden of Salvation. Before they nerfed the fire rate.
Yeah, you're gonna have to answer all my chats because I don't know anything.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, it was basically if you paired it with it can't crit, but if you had divinity from the raid, you could get crit shots. So 5 people with 1 divinity, and it was only because the boss DPS phase was so short and it was so easy to use that it was a way to optimize for newer players to just go point and shoot.
Aw, thanks for being there in spirit, nonchalant skeleton.
I mean, there was a couple metas. There was for the new players. You could do. Oh God, what was my Izzy's? Izzy with divinity was if you were really good with sniper rifles and the reload.
Not good at. I'm not good at reloading.
First things first. So we're gonna go here.
How do I play this game? Gosh. God. Oh. My gosh. Driving's real bad. Today. So normally, yeah, I play this character by myself, and I was like, maybe I should play with other people.
This game's one of those games that's funner with people. Alright, we're making a hard... I gotta find my right. I always get lost on this right turn. There we go. We're making a hard right here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so slow.
Alright. Alright, so the first piece of the puzzle. Give me 1 second.
Oh me.
Okay. This chest right here.
Oh. New quest. Shiny. Around you, darkness. If you're to discover your past, you figure yourself to light. What does it all mean? Oh, it's a
So
bunny.
now we gotta... Oh yeah, the... Bunny. The Jade Rabbit bunnies?
Those your ghost?
Oh, the bunny shell? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
A
when
little projection.
yeah, there's a dungeon called Prophecy. If you solo it, you don't gotta do it flawless. You just have to beat it all solo. You get the bunny shell. All right. Next, we need. I don't remember the order of this. Then we need to open up. We need a light lantern. So we're gonna go back to Sanctuary. We're gonna fast travel to Sanctuary.
Oop. Going.
Nerds.
Whoa!
Hey.
What's up, Nomad?
Hello, hello.
Cool.
Real down.
Wait, where am I going?
We gotta fast travel to Sanctuary.
Oh, okay. How do I? What are menus even? Nope.
It's just at the bottom fast travel point.
Oh no, the game. Where did it go? Oh god. Man, I really don't like how Destiny on the computer.
Is that Lock is you smoking barrels?
Yes, I love that movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, but for some reason it always I can't share the game, like just streaming the game or whatever. I have to what's it called?
I'll go all the way to the bottom. All the way to the bottom.
I have to share my whole display, and sometimes it gets really wonky and tries to go on a different thing.
Yeah. Different monitor on you.
Yeah.
Hey Laura, thanks for the Prime stuff. I appreciate it. Over here. We gotta go
Whoa.
light some lamps.
Barbecue chicken saying Nomad smells like dirty swamp feet. Wow.
You don't even want to know the conversation they were having in the chat previously, in the PSN chat.
I'll have to watch the VOD later.
You don't, yeah, that's... Alright.
A warset just plummeted to the lunar surface. All Guardians in the area, do what you can to see it safely home.
You have wandered far.
We got a mini jumping little thingy here, nothing too crazy though.
To another.
Mini jumping thing?
Nothing horrible.
Oh shoot. I died.
I got you.
Thanks.
Alright, so we're gonna pick up this sparky spark thing here. You're gonna light some lamps. I'll show you where they're at. First one, and you have a minute timer right there. Hey,
Oh god, the
next
pressure.
one. There's no pressure. We screwed this up. It just starts over. That's all.
Time limit stuff is stress.
Oh no. Just try again. I did not take the most efficient route here over here either. Alright. Next guy's gonna be a little up here. Okay.
Oh, there's a lot going on in chat.
Where's this guy? Right here.
Ooh.
Okay. Next
Oh.
guy. Yeah. Okay. This is a little jumping part issue. It's in the rafters. Nothing
Oh
crazy.
God,
It's just kind of annoying.
Rafters.
So, where you go? Lose you up here? Yeah. Up. And there's like little cross beam rafters. Like right in the middle. You can jump up here. Yeah, there you go. Here. And then that's right here. Perfect. That's the hardest one.
Hands are sweaty.
Okay. We're falling down. We're almost done. Only got like 2 more. Alright, 1 left. Let's watch the gap on this one.
Find the gap.
Oh, I've heard that a couple times in London.
You're taking the train.
Hey, alright, now you're gonna have an icon, a diamond on your screen. I believe it is this way?
Uh-huh.
If I remember right. And we gotta go do some lost sectors. Alright.
Arch lines. Yeah. Oh shoot.
Yeah, so we're gonna fast travel back to Sanctuary.
Right.
Alright,
Oh,
first lost sector.
Chicken nuggets again in the chat. As always.
Alright, we're gonna go left here.
Gosh. Please.
So, what are you guys doing?
Hi. What are we doing?
Xenophage.
Oh, right. Yes.
Nice.
We're getting you a heavy machine gun. So if they ever buff heavy machine guns again, it could be really, really good.
Oh
If
shoot, I
not-
died.
If not, it'll be a decent one. I mean, it'll just be handy if when you're doing solo stuff.
Ah!
It's a gun I have like newer people bring into raids and stuff too, just because it helps. So I mean, like Nomad uses it a lot.
Oh, okay.
I don't actually use it at all. He's being a sarcastic asshole.
Oh.
Then make sure he's still awake.
I'm awake. I'm just exceedingly bored because I can't grip my controller.
Oh no.
Well, you shouldn't have put a serrated knife through your hand.
I'm gonna put one through you if you keep talking about it.
Hey, like I said, you got like a week's left of that, man, before I let that go.
That was not good aiming.
Truck.
Yep.
You know your kid caught the vid?
Yep.
Oh, really?
My niece just got diagnosed with it today too.
Oh no.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, man.
Yeah. I have no clue how she got it either because she hasn't been like out and about with anybody in like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Which I guess it is like a 2-week like time, right? Like
It's like
incubation
3 to
period?
5 days, 3 or 4 you show symptoms, and then if you're
Okay.
asymptomatic, you'll never like that. My kid
Well,
was
she's
asymptomatic.
the only symptom she has is she has a high fever.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's not
jeez.
coughing. She's not like throwing up or anything. It's just poor kid.
Yeah, I hope she gets better soon. And yours
Yeah,
too.
she's just sleeping a lot. Although, I feel like it might also just be like some bad form of flu because I mean it really doesn't seem like it's anything other than that. Like it's just a high fever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as long hopefully the symptoms aren't so bad. And the nice part is that it's they'll get those antibodies and shit in them, and
Yeah.
it was inevitable. To be honest, it's gonna happen.
I just gotta make sure the other two don't catch it.
And how do you quarantine a kid? You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and since she's sick, she's wanting to be like held. So
Yeah.
every I can't. It's not like I can deny her a hug or anything.
No.
At least she ain't coughing.
Okay. Hey, you didn't die. Oh, you did. Alright. So that's the lost sector done. We're gonna open this chest. Kill these little guys. Then we're gonna come over this way after you after you get the loot out of that.
Magical loot.
Alright, one sec. Don't shoot this wall, please.
Passwords.
Alright. So there's your next chest.
Path fragment.
Yep. Alright. Next thing we're back to Sanctuary. A lot of fast traveling in this quest.
I can see that.
At least it isn't. At least you aren't having to do any of the stasis stuff right now.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fast travel. Let's put it this way, Rumi. With the stasis quests, it got to the point that people complained until they added in another fast travel point on Europa.
Oh,
Because they
really?
got tired of having to ride their Sparrow.
Oh yeah.
It's a quality of life thing.
Yeah. That legit was annoying. It was a small enough planet. You didn't do enough on it to justify it, and then they put like a whole arc there, and then you're like, this is getting old.
Having to ride from literally spawn all the way to the top of the map and back.
Each.
Every single time.
Yeah. They didn't really think that one through, but they fixed it anyway. So we're good.
Oh man, 1 second here. They're all muted? Yeah, they are. There we go. Alright. Alright, Laura. What is that? That had you guys muted. I mean, I mute Nomad for obvious reasons.
Jeez.
Old man, you realize even with my hand like this, I will still leg drop you, right?
Where in your hand was it?
It was right on the base of my left thumb.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's unavoidable with holding a controller.
It's like the one meaty part of your hand. Like,
Hopefully you don't got any nerve damage though, that's the only thing.
No, it's nothing. They said, the doctor told me, because they just sent me home before showing me my x-ray, because it was taking too damn long, and by that point it already rolled over like 7 a.m. And they said if they don't call me, then there's no big major damage with my hand. And they haven't called me yet, so I guess I'm fine. And the swelling's already starting to go down, so I think they'll be fine in the next couple days. Tomorrow I'll actually be able to wash off the blood that's all over my scar right now too.
Oh man.
Yeah, the doctor told me I wasn't allowed to like get it wet for like 48 hours, so I just kind of had to leave the dried up blood there.
I'm wondering if did they give you like those resolve stitches? I wonder if that's why.
No, it's
Okay.
just normal stitches. Also said stuff like I can't use peroxide to like clean it out or anything like that. No alcohol, it just has to be soap and water. Which is gonna sting real bad. Can already tell it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just like I told you earlier, Chuck. Like with one of my stitches, I feel like he didn't do it properly because it keeps digging into the scar. Like even with like just that, like barely touching it, it stings real bad. So I can't wait to feel what soap is gonna be like.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's not gonna be a pleasant experience.
Probably not. Now that I think about it, I think Substant cut herself in pretty much the same spot. So twinsy with scars, I guess.
There you go.
They didn't even like put me in a room when they went to like stitch me up either. They just sat me at the nurse's station and like threw a tarp down and just started going at it.
Suppose if it's not in a privacy needed area,
Yeah.
like not having you drop trowel to be like, okay, we'll do it outside here in the hallway.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have cared. It's me. Do you really think I care about that subject?
Oops.
Oh, exploders.
I was
would've-
like, oh, I will bash them, and I was like, oh wait, they explode. That's not
I would
right.
have done it out in the waiting room, Chuck.
Just to get it done.
I'll moon everybody in this whole damn building if you want me to. Just stitch my hand and send me home already.
Alright. Next puzzle's up here. Alright.
Mom was like real mad because I like completely bloodied one of her towels too.
Oh no.
I grabbed one of her hand towels and wrapped it around the cut just so I could put pressure on it. She got mad because I guess it was one of her good ones.
We're going back to Sanctuary, by the way. After you
Okay.
collect that one.
Nomad Momo says you owe her chicken nuggets.
Again,
Gets into
you'll have to pry
Friday
those
to-
You'll have to pry those chicken nuggets out of my cold dead hands.
Mickey Chicken says, trust me, you don't want to kidnap that thing.
So, no Ed tonight, Rumi?
Nah, he's got work stuff to do.
Sad.
Life of a
Gotta
grad student.
Be a Dalton. Gotta be a Dalton.
Yuck.
He says he'll try to join if he has time.
Oh.
So you're just watching everybody then?
Me? Pretty much.
Oh.
I've been sitting in party chat with those guys on PlayStation for maybe about 2-3 hours, just talking. Like, kind of just listening to the Destiny startup music.
Well, at least it's epic sounding.
Yeah. Get to hear
Oh
the
no, the
orchestra
game
for
is
3 years.
messed up again. Dang it. No. I did not alt
So what does it
tab.
do?
Oh, I'm guessing you have. Do you have sticky keys on or a tab?
Well, I'm using a controller
Oh, okay.
and I am not touching the keyboard at all. So I'm not sure why it keeps trying to go to the other screen. But
Well, there's a couple key presses that are mapped to. If you're using a controller, I don't know how the controllers emulate for this game. They emulate like tab hits and stuff, so you could be like hitting tab so many times that it thinks you're going into sticky key mode,
maybe.
shit like that, or alt tab and everything.
Checking.
If you hit shift 5 times on your keyboard really fast, you're gonna get a warning asking you to enable sticky keys. I think it's shift, if I remember right, or is it tab?
I think it's
right now.
shift.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Forget about the melee button, because I keep trying to do bank for blood buttons. Momo says Nomad plays PS4. I thought he was a PC player. Nope. I feel like everybody I've played with are all console for this game.
I play on both, but until I can get a new computer built, I can't stream from PC, on the same PC anyway, and play the game. My computer did not like it. And I've been fighting bots for 3070s and 3080s for about 4 months now.
Yeah, I pushed that one off. That's funny. Yeah, that whole thing is nuts. Oh shoot, I fell. Bye. Oh, there's crossplay for Divinity 2 on console and PC?
Okay, yeah, your orb was a weird spot.
Okay. But there. Oh. How do I... What the heck? That... How... How do I get over to you?
I'll come back. Just wanted to
Okay.
where you at here.
Nomad, do you know if there's a... Oh no, he's not on the chat. Or if there's crossplay. Divinity 2.
I don't know. Mina says it was a great game. Mina, do you know if it was crossplay or not? Alright, and then we'll. This will just get you some glimmer and map materials.
Hooray. You have all this memorized?
I've helped a lot of people.
Dang. Well, I appreciate the help.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Mina thought it might be crossplay enabled. And you got that one?
Yep.
Alright, guess where we're gonna warp to?
Sanctuary?
No, we're going to Source Harbor.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, one left. One left, and then we do something in a dungeon, and then you get your gun.
Dang. Is this better or worse than RPG? Like, oh, you have to get this place to go to this place and then get that thing. Deliver it here.
I will say that's like the one thing Destiny kind of never got a smooth handle on was their quest like steps and making them make sense
Hmm.
in the order that you do them in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just one thing that's never really kind of happened. Yeah, I grabbed people in LGs that were looking for it. Like I said, it was Oracle just really good still. Uses in DSC, it's not the greatest, but you don't have 1K. At least it's something that's easy to use.
Oh, this place. Oh. Ah! Oh god! Oh! I'm dead. Oh no. Nonchalant Skeleton says there's no crossplay
Oh, there's not?
for Divinity
2?
2. Thank you. Articles from 2020, so it might have changed. Hmm. How far does this go? Pretty far. Oh. Oh god, don't fall. I want to hit its head. Oh, such bad aim.
No, we're about to fight him. Alright. Okay, now he's got to kill the little guys.
Are they dead?
Next wave's coming. There you go. And this should be the last one after that. Alright. Alright. Last puzzle piece. Actually, no. My bad. I went the wrong way. That is for the other secret in this part. Here's the chest.
There's multiple secrets in this part.
This is you get like a firewall key, and you got to go in that other room and upload it. All right.
Ooh.
Okay. Now we gotta go do a little dungeon. Oh, you have to make your fire team lead because you don't have the pit unlocked.
Oh. Okay. Oh. I like this bow.
What was that? Oh, the monarch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was very challenging to choose only 3 things.
So every weekend Zer comes, he's actually here right now. You can pick up a cipher and do a quest and get another one.
Oh. That's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. That's the exotic economy, you know, for the stuff that you're no longer obtainable. That's how they made it so newer players can still get all the exotics.
Oh, that's nice.
Where is Zer this weekend, Nomad? All right. He's in the tower hangar. All right, so this floor is gonna drop on us. We're gonna do a drop down.
Ah. Oop, oop, oop. I'm just hitting everything.
Pinball.
Oh,
Okay, how does a warlock not die to that fall?
I don't know. I couldn't do any more jumps. You're playing as a hunter?
Yeah. Those hunters are the best.
I was having a lot of trouble playing as hunter.
Oh, that's like that's the class war in Destiny compared to World of Warcraft and all those other ones. What's the best class? Everybody got an opinion. I'm gonna put my other dodge down, my other
So this is which dungeon is this?
bit of heresy. Alright. So now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna drop down. The mechanics for this whole dungeon is there's like mini bosses, and you can only kill them with the hive sword. You can only kill them in a certain way with the sword.
Oh yeah, I did this one. Oh shoot, didn't die. Oh, and then I bounced off and died.
I can get you here in a sec.
Zeus did this one with me, and I was so lost. I played this on Zeus and Noli Cannoli, and
Okay.
I was lost. I was like running around, not sure. Like I knew that there, like, was it you like match the symbols and stuff or something?
Yeah, we have division, tripod, and X are our symbols. I'll wait for you to revive. And then basically there's 3 hive symbols. Actually, if you stay there, what's your timer at?
2 seconds. I'll just spawn.
Okay. You're actually right on one of them.
Oh, I was. Oops.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's funny. Momo was like, "How did you not die on that first jump?"
I don't know.
It's like,
Honestly, I
it's
don't
like,
know how
your
you
warlock is built different, and I was like, I don't know.
Like hunters would have had weak ankles there. I'm just saying. Alright.
Yeah,
You make your way down to where I'm at.
Oh, I died from that though? What the heck? Interesting.
I'm coming up.
I am not sure how the jumping, dying thing works or doesn't work because it didn't look that far for that one and I died.
So yeah, there's everybody gets burned by fall damage because it doesn't look bad. So basically with these long fall jumps, you want to just wait till you're almost to the ground and then just break your fall. Your warlocks will just pop it and you'll break your fall pretty easily. Titans sometimes can go, they have an issue. Alright.
Oh.
So, you want to learn this mechanic, you pick up the swordy sword.
Right?
I'll get the other, one sec, let me get the... So there's one big wizard in here. Oh.
Oops.
And you can only hurt her with the R2 attack, so use your heavy attack. You'll like throw a projectile at her. Just keep that's block R1.
Oh,
There should be
this
one other one. Yeah, that one right there. That's how you hurt the wizard in this den dungeon.
Oops, I died.
You're good. I got you.
I was trying to back up out of the thing, but I died. Does it like suck you in or something?
Yeah, well she has a smoke attack. That it makes you, it's just like a hunter smoke, it paralyzes you a little bit, makes you slow.
Okay.
Alright, so if you look up at the chains above that door on the end, that's the symbols we have to go to. We have division and tripod. And yes, those are the technical names.
Yeah, I think Zeus was saying it was like one the hamburger and then
Yeah.
bird.
I got, see, I use scope for that one, but I know a lot of people that do use hamburger. I got Alright, we're looking for a big knight.
Oh, I killed the thing behind him.
Because now we need another sword.
Thank you for the revive. Yeah, I forgot I have heals. Dang it. How do I even do those?
If you're middle tree, no, you're arc, aren't you?
I think so.
Use your I think it's if you hold down X, your ability. No, your controller. Are you on a Xbox controller or a PS4 controller?
Xbox.
Oh God, I don't even know.
The
Y?
up, down, left, right.
Left, right, AV. Art select.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to find a knight real quick. One sec. So now we have to go down these paths and find a big knight. He drops the swords.
Little ones will go that way.
These are little guys.
Too far?
Alright, what's the next guy? Next guy's the knight. Okay. See if I can. There we go. Alright. So if you want this sword, So the next guy's the knight. Knight is the light attack and the super.
Attack and soup.
So that's just your normal mouse click attack. Then when he does enough damage, you just back away from him, recover, and then just go back at him. Then once your super's charged, just like you're popping your super, just hit that and you'll do a big slam on him. Actually, this ain't the right guy. Never mind. Where's the? Is this not division? Hold up. Is this not tripod? That wasn't the right knight. I shouldn't have been able to hurt him with my gun. I must have went down a level. What that was?
What was it over
That
there?
was scope. That was scope. Where was I going? Okay, 1 second. Where the? Yeah. There's X. Vision. Where's the division? I thought division and drop down one more. Check it. Yeah, I dropped down one more level. We'll do this one first. I'll hit this knight. So you can use these those platforms to like elevators too. They'll go up. There you go. I don't know what I was. Where is
Look out behind you.
Okay. It's gonna hurt.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If you want to back up down that bridge, yeah, there you go. You have your super?
Yeah? Maybe? Yes?
You hold right there. I'll be up in a little bit. I dodged into a rock. Is not the desired outcome to do. I'm up in 7. They don't like me. Holy. There we go. I don't know. There we go. Have to get another sword.
Uh-oh.
Alright, we want to pick that sword up. This should be the oh, this is the knight. Okay. So I'll kill the little ads. You just go after the knight with the sword. I can't hurt him.
Okay.
The guy with the shield.
Oh.
So just do your R1 attack, your light attacks, and then get away from him when he gets you wounded. And when your super's charged with the sword, you can just hit the super button and do a big slam on him.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, shoot. Ah.
Body block. All right.
It's so dark in here.
And last but not least, we gotta find tripod. Where? And I gotta figure out where are they. Where's that Great. I'm gonna kill this guy. Grab another sword.
Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. I got killed.
Good. That one up. I'll get this guy. All right. We'll just go straight here. See what this one is. There it is. They were both left, but I might have. This is an elevator. Wait, this is the final destination. Oh, way up top. Okay, we gotta go way high. Yep. We gotta go way up left. See that one way up there? That's what we're going to.
Okay.
Alright, so we're jumping on this one to this guy down here. Perfect.
Thanks, Momo. I appreciate that offer.
Alright, next one. And then this one we should be able to start making our way left. Go.
Gosh.
Okay, fall in here. Watch the knights. I'll kill the fit handler. Okay. I get these two I get these two ogres real quick in this room. How you defeat the Shrieker is you gotta deflect its blast back at it with the block button. You just that's
Oh, that one.
yeah, just head in that room and hit the hold block. Just aim back at the Shrieker. Perfect. And we're done.
Hooray. This dungeon is a lot of work. Oops. Fire.
Yep. You don't need the sword anymore, by the way, if you still have it. We are all done with the sword. We just gotta clear out this last pit keeper, and the door will open, and then we go on to the next part.
Boy. Whee. Got him.
Okay.
Should have died. But my life was from that fall.
Alright, disclaimer time. You want me to ruin potential funny scenario, or do you want to play it out and see if it catches you?
Let's see, I guess.
Okay, so we have to do one last little jumping puzzle.
Oh boy.
It's not horrible, it's just it's kind of annoying. So we're basically gonna use these middle entries as like a ladder. So we're just gonna jump.
Oh shoot. What the?
So, disclaimer time. That is the piston wall. You just don't want to stand in front of the doors. Oh,
Oh.
one sec. Let me bait this. Let me bait this. Come on. No? I can do it? Let's see if it... Run to me, run to me, run. Oh, okay. I'll just let you revive. I'll let you revive. Apparently I can't bait out the door, and it knows exactly when I'm going to revive you, so...
Oh, what the?
Oh, it should have put you back at the...
It did.
bridge.
Well, let's see. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, so always land on the sides.
Okay, wait. Where are we going? Thing is terrible.
So for the latter part, just kind of look up, and if you creep out far enough, and just jump out and back into the ledge. To that one, you're gonna want to jump. You want to jump over here again, where I'm
Oh,
at.
shoot.
Oh yeah, so jump back up.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to remember, warlocks don't have any upward thrust, so you have to jump from the platform that you're on. Don't try to go out and then jump, and then. Yeah, you may just want to fall off from that point.
Okay. Goodbye.
I might be joining you. No, I'm good. Then we'll let you revive. There you go. Yeah, so from there, oh,
Oh, dang it. Oh, God.
okay.
God. Jumping puzzles are the worst.
It's just a warlock jump you gotta get used to. So like, remember, it's like always. Remember, you have a lot of hang time,
Uh-huh.
and you're gonna get a lot of height. So just double tap it and just straight up, and then just glide your way to wherever you want. If you go a little too far off, you're gonna fall, and then your glide's gonna take you straight. There you go, just like that. And just creep out a little bit. Oh, you're gonna bonk your head. Yep. Just creep out. Creep. There you go. Perfect.
I'm
Now,
getting help. I'm getting help on this part. Oh no, don't go. Oh, dang.
And it'll recharge, so you can kind of like run past it over here. It takes a little second to recharge. It won't just shoot right back out on you. There you go. And up here. Alright, so just jump up. We'll tap. There you go. Alright, now we're going to use this as a ladder again. So we're going to go straight up. You shouldn't bonk your head on this one. Alright, now creep back out one more time, all the way up. Oh, I'm going to get out of your way on that one. This one's a light, tight ledge. Okay, stay right there. Alright, then we're going to go. Now, same thing. We have one more wall to worry about. Just land kind of around here-ish and then run right past it.
Ooh.
This is, alright, and then right here, it's okay to stand in front of this one. This is the door you want to go in. The tablet for you.
Oh.
Okay. Alright. And we're just going to go right back over here. Yeah, 10. Warlock jumping is the one that I've, too. Out of all three of the classes, it's the hardest to... I mean, creative, I've never seen...
Oh, God. Goodbye.
No, that was creative. You almost saved it. Alright, we'll just revive you. So just jump straight up over and... there you go, to the bridge. Alright, so the door we actually have to go through is this little green one right down here.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Ah.
There you go.
What warlock jump am I using? I am not even.
I think you're on burst if I remember right. That's what we had you. At least that's what we put you on. I think for that glitch to that one chest. Okay. All right. Last part before our little mini boss fight, and we get you your gun. So there's gonna be ogres in this part. They're completely invincible. You can't kill them. So we're just gonna ignore them.
This is like the crawling and the.
Yeah,
Those-
but we're gonna do it a little different because what we have to do is we have to activate a panel, and we have to carry a light source to those lamps again down this right lane. Good news is I'm gonna keep you invisible the whole time. Alright, so just keep running here. Run, run, run. We're gonna run off this ledge, and there's gonna be another ledge up underneath us. Don't shoot that guy. You can't kill him.
Oh god.
You okay? Oh, you okay? Alright. So it's right here.
Oh.
Alright. So there's your light source. Now, I can go get that for you if you want, or you can go give her some shot.
I will try it once, and if I die, then maybe you should do it.
Oh, you're
Oh
good.
god.
Yeah, I like to make people do that themselves so they actually get some, you know, you get
Oh,
involved
shoot.
in the...
See.
You're good. There you go. Make sure you remember, yep. The double tap. Though. Remember you're double tapping and gliding there. There you go. Now let go of it. Now let go of it. There you go. Alright, pick it up and then come back. There you go. There you go.
Oh shoot.
It's okay. It's okay. He's not gonna. He won't melt you. There you go. Okay. So the doors we need to open are over here.
Shoot.
Okay. Just watch your head. You're gonna bonk your head. Oh. Just creep out a little bit. Yep, towards the ledge. There you go. All right. I'm gonna make us invisible here. Just jump up and follow me. All right.
Got it. I'm stuck. Oh god, he got stuck.
Okay. I'm back here. I'm back here. One sec.
What the? I'm like stuck in a hole.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Yep, we're gonna run, keep running, keep running, keep running. Alright. Now this next ogre is the annoying one. Because he's gonna park his butt probably usually right in front of the door we need to light up. So we get lucky. If not, I'll keep us invisible as long as I can. And he's going away. We're good. We're good. Run. It's this door right here that I'm running to. Go ahead and light the lamps. Light the lamps right here.
Oh. Alright. Yeah,
Yep,
around.
both of them, both of them. Perfect. In the door, in the door, in the door. Okay. Now we're at the boss.
My hands are so sweaty.
Mom spaghetti.
Yep.
Sorry, it's required in the clan to make that joke along with Inspire Wrong Lever from Emperor's New Groove. And when you have to go around the outside on Crucible, you have to say two Trailer Park Girls go around the outside. Okay. So above your super bar, you should see some kind of dread, correct?
Fiery dread.
Okay. So this is where this fight gets a little annoying. You can only
God.
deal damage with the solar type right now.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you don't have a solar, that's fine. You don't have to actually do damage to her.
Like a weapon?
Yeah.
Rocket.
What's up?
I think all
I
of
didn't
my fire stuff is
Okay, so you're
special.
fine. What else you can do? And this is you just have to do. It's just you have to burn your buff so you can get a new one. So you're looking for void, and you're looking for arc for your super. Oh, I need to get my chest piece on. Okay, there we go. So what this next room entails is we have to go into the room.
Mhm.
We have to go into the middle platform, which she'll be protecting, and there's another of those that solar red glowing orbs.
Mhm.
We need to pick that up, and you need to deposit with a corresponding buff. So you have fiery, so you need to go to the corners of the map in there, and you're looking for this symbol. So you're looking for H.
Okay. I
And you
need to
deposit
go.
you deposit the ball in that one, and then you get a 30-second timer to do damage with solar weapons to her. After the 30
Oh.
seconds, it rotates.
Okay.
Okay.
So I should change to something.
You don't have to. If what you can do is just go in, find the ball, deposit it, and let it wear off, and you'll get another buff afterwards. Like right now, I'm waiting on solar. I want a solar buff myself. Is what I'm gonna wait on.
Okay.
All right. So we'll give it a shot. Go ahead, jump into the middle, try to grab the buff if you can.
Jump in the middle?
One second. See where I'm at? Yep, right there. Grab it. And
Oh,
get away,
shoot.
and then now find your
Oh,
I'll get you. Oh, you're not killing me, lady. You're just in a nasty spot. So, like right now, I can only deal damage to her with like neutral weapons. Oh, I didn't even check to see if I'm on the right tree. I don't feel like I am. I'm on the right tree. Am I on the right tree? Am I on the right tree? Am I on the right? No, I'm not. Dang it. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna get your revive. Alright, I'm thunderous anyway. That ain't gonna do me nothing. Okay. Yeah, so it's like you have to hop up there, grab the orb, and then if you come over here, you'll see like in the corners of the map, on the top and lower levels, are where you can deposit it at. So if you had to find oh, you good? I'm coming to get you. So you're buff, fiery. No, are you still solar?
yeah.
All right. So if you grab, oh god, if you grab that and come over to me. Sorry, she's shooting at me. I'm just. All right. So you want to come over here and deposit it. See now you could deal damage with the solar if you had it.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
So, but after
wait.
this. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. And now after it wears off though, you'll get a new buff.
Oops.
And hopefully it'll cycle to like a element that you have.
I see. Void.
Okay, do you have any? No, so you can use your bow on her. Okay. So, Void is going to be top left, I believe. So if you pick up that charge in the middle again.
Woo! Oh god.
Oh, then that guy. Okay, gotcha. All right, and I got fiery, so I'm just waiting on my super. Actually, I don't even need to. Okay, so come over here and grab the symbol again. We're gonna get underneath her because she's. So basically, your buff is right above us on the next level. The problem is she's just sitting right on it. All right, so yeah, now you should be able to hop up and try to deposit it, and then you can hit her with your bow.
Where? Over here. Oops. There's someone.
Alright, I got her.
Okay, cool. I was like,
Alright.
it was very crowded where I was.
Alright, so now we just gotta go to Eris and get your gun.
It's more.
I'll take a sec. It said, oh, I gotta go to the orbit first. That's great.
Hi, King Beazle TV. Oh, Nonchalant Skeleton is free. Sure. Wait, on it.
Hello. Can
Yo.
you okay? Okay.
Yep. What is up?
Not much.
Art at
So
work.
then, guess the other thing is Shadow Keep.
It's always interesting working with the undergrads. There's an email chain with this student who I was like, I sent you this thing, and they're like, no, you didn't. I'm like, yeah, I did. I can see it in my outbox. Did you check the folder I told you to check? And they're like, yeah, I checked it. I'm like, okay, I'll forward it to you so that it gets pushed to the top of your inbox. And he's like, oh, it was in that folder you told me it was in. Yeah, I know.
You know, maybe their brain hasn't fully formed yet or whatever.
I get it. It happens, especially if it got buried by something. It's just sure over it.
Mine. To work.
What's a gun?
Yeah, so that'll be a heavy machine gun. That'll go in your heavy, so you can't use your bow while you're using it, unfortunately.
Okay.
So what's the plan today? Are there any bounties I should get? Like, are we gonna be doing strikes or what?
I'm kind of just rolling and was rolling through just like exotic quests and stuff, just to get some kind of powerful gear to. So I just got her xenophage.
To see you.
Okie I don't think I have that one, but I can get it on my time.
Oh, that or we can run through it whenever you want to, man. Like you said, it only
Okay.
takes like 45 minutes, start to finish when we did it. So if you want to try it out, let me know if
And
you
whatever y'all want, I'm just tagging along for
is there
this, I
anything
think.
you need too? I'm trying. Oh yeah, I'm just trying to see where both of you guys are at in the game. So you have like all the exotics and stuff, or are you still?
I definitely do not. I mean, I have 1334 power, which is more than Rue has, I think, but I haven't unlocked anything else. I've just been doing strikes and stuff with them, is how that's happened.
Okay. So you have what expansions do you have?
Same as Rue. It's through Game Pass, so
Okay, so everything besides a Witch Queen then.
I suppose so. Is there like an easy way to see which ones I have access to, or no?
Yep. If you go into your so for you, you're on PC. It's just go into your roster menu, and then at the very left you'll see store, and then at the very bottom you'll see like a star with like 2 feathers, and that'll tell you all the expansions that you own.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Hmm?
So it looks like Beyond Light, Shadowkeep, and Forsaken pack.
Okay.
So not Witch Queen.
Yeah. So we can get you guys. I mean, we could probably get you guys Dead Man's Tale.
Ooh.
Let's try that. Let's try that one. So I'm gonna return us to orbit, and you can join up because you have you're on your friends list. You can join up through that, and then I'll take us into the strike that we need to do.
Oh, I think someone invited me already. Was that you?
Yeah, I invited. We are a team.
We're all here.
Sweet. All right. So if you want to put that xenophage on through just to test it out, just so you can kind of see how it works,
Okay.
you can always switch back to your bow. It's like I said, it's just one of those guns that's nice. It'll just annihilate. All right. So we need to go to. We gotta do arms.
Thanks for
dealer
being
first.
along for the ride, King Beazle TV.
I like that ship you got there, Rue. That thing's cool.
It came with You have Prime Gaming or something? Did it?
I do not. But it looks like a weird little smiley face. At least from my angle.
The butt? The butt angle? Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just here to, like, I don't know how things interact with each other. I'm just here to collect things and shoot stuff.
That's what the game's about. Oh, I should follow Truckin too.
Yeah, and the weekend we're doing every raid wing challenge, and then for 2 of them, and then I'm doing a ramen challenge on Sunday for the other 2.
Ramen challenge?
I got the spicy ramen.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I can't. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation, but it's a chicken breathing fire brand.
To handle your strike on this end. Wait, are they going after the weapon?
Oh,
They're
yeah,
2
yeah.
times- They're 2 times that one.
That one.
What?
What are those
Puldak?
cabal doing?
Yeah.
P-U-L-D-A-K?
We need to get past the security door.
Is your
Good luck,
Twitch
fire
name
team.
the same as your Discord name, or is it different?
No, it's different. It's IT Dynamic Gaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he used to stream with a buddy of mine. We do like the two camera streams. Alright, we're just killing all these little stupid scorpions. Well, thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Thank you. That's me.
Oh, don't die. Alright. Hey, what the? Yeah, make sure you come down the right side door. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, so the way you kick off this mission is you have to go get a special little beacon that's... Normally, when this strike first came out, you don't come this way.
Gosh. So you guys both used to stream on this, but you don't anymore?
He doesn't. Well, he might get back into it, but we did the like the two-person, like he could stream from his house, and we streamed to a server and then go to from that. Yep, you both need to grab that.
Oh, there's nothing in here.
Okay, so just check your quests. And there should be quests now. If you go, maybe only one person might need to pick it up. If you scroll down to like the Ingram-looking box, that's your like exotic quest. Should be the
Sweet.
voice on the other side.
Oh, I feel like we tried to do this one and couldn't find it. Or it, like, wasn't working. I picked up the artifact.
Yep,
But
that's what we need. That's what we needed. So then, yeah, inside your quest log, the second from the bottom should be like a little Ingram,
And what's the weapon called?
Dead Man's Tale.
I think we tried to
You went on the
get it.
ship, the jumping ship, and
I do not have it.
Yeah, I don't think I have it either.
check in your
It's-
main quest log then. At the very first one that pops up, is there anything called the voice on the other side?
No. I think I ran into this issue too, where I was trying to get that weapon because I saw other people were grabbing it, and it wasn't working. Like, we would get to this point, we would pick up that beacon thing, activate it, but then like nothing comes up.
Well, let's check if we can launch Presage, and we'll see what it does.
Yeah, I don't have it in the main one either. Don't forget to get your weekly free Stardust before 10 a.m. reset.
Thanks for joining, King Beazle. Yeah, I am down to play with like folks and stuff. I think I'm gonna try to play Destiny on Mondays with folks. So
Yeah, so room. Yeah, you both don't have access. So let's go see if we can find it in the abandoned quest log.
Where do I get this free Stardust from?
So go into the same part remember where I had you
The
check
store?
for the into the store tab.
Mm-hmm.
In the second from the
Hi.
top, I'm sorry, the top one, the
Right there,
EU, in the
on the
very
bottom
bottom right-hand corner,
bottom right.
you'll
free
see
item.
like a
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Momo, and thank you, Truckin, and thank you, Rue. Thanks all around.
Everybody loves free stuff.
Yeah, who does? Man.
Trying to think of where Dead Man's Tale came out at, but you should have access.
Yeah, I had tried it before, and for some reason couldn't get access, and I was trying to find out why, and maybe some people were saying like because it's Game Pass, you don't actually have access to everything or something.
Alright. Check it. Stress signal. Dealer strike after spawning, yeah. Oh, we have to speak to Zavala afterwards, okay. You have the signal, then we have to speak to Zavala. That gives you the voice on the other side quest. We'll see if that works.
Oh, okay. I don't remember doing that step. Are there gonna be things that we could do like as a larger group or whatever, or is it?
Yeah, raids are 6-person groups.
Hmm.
Yeah, raids. I mean, you can do them with less with the experience. I mean, people have soloed stuff. But yeah, typically you have 6 people.
Checking right now.
I mean, honestly, that was a. If you guys ever wanted, DSC is the one that the group I'm with. We're really comfortable within. We could probably get you through that pretty easily. Alta Glass, it's not that bad. Just takes a little more explaining, and the more of the mechanics are.
Huh. It says it requires season 13 for me.
Oh. At Zavala?
Yeah. You go to the next tab, Root.
Oh, this voice on the other
Yeah.
side.
You have to buy it?
Yeah, I guess we have to get the deluxe edition upgrade.
Oh, well, we will not worry about that then. Let's worry about. So here, let's go to Zur first. So I can show you guys Zur, because here's that. If you want to buy exotics, this guy right here.
Sir, he
Yeah.
just shows up in like different locations or something, right?
On the weekends, yeah. So you
Right,
spawns
okay.
in Friday to reset on Tuesday. But Dead Man's isn't on the vendor. Okay.
Solar grenades burn them. Kills your store.
So if you come over here, in the tower today is what it said.
Newsfeed, I'll get just to cover for the war call.
Did you watch the Crucible last night?
Shoot. So the way Master Lost sectors work is it like rotates what they're dropping? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every day it'll rotate to a new lost sector. You have to complete the lost sector normally for it to show up as a option for the master version or
I
legend
see.
version.
Okay. And it's only
Good.
like specific ones in the world that become
We are
master
similar,
each
X.
day or
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Nine
It's only
This
one.
guy's- This guy's interesting looking.
So this is where you can buy exotic Ingrams. If you have enough legendary shards, and he should also, if you tab over, sell an exotic cipher quest.
I already have one. I need to spend
but-
it first.
Yeah, you can only carry one at a time, so you have to spend it before you can buy
Is it your will
get
to
another one.
return?
Oh, okay. Run back, I.
So, what can? Okay.
Let's get going.
Oh, this is a cool helmet.
Go on, Stag.
Nezarexin.
Oh, yeah, the void one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, nothing's touching the Stag right now for and
Yeah.
PvE stuff.
I am a fan of the stag, that's for sure. I do want what is it, assembler's boots or whatever?
Boots of the Assembler.
Yeah.
Have
I want
enough.
to do the lost sectors.
Are there anything? Is there anything worth getting that I can afford?
I think there's a couple things that aren't horrible. You see what you can buy.
Buy all 3 beyond stuff. I can get
Can you buy
Tommy's
the
match.
anything older than that?
I can do Bastion, Symmetry, Devil's Rune, Matchbook.
You go over to the very left one and go
Polaris
see
Link.
the sleeper.
Stir.
Can you buy a sleeper simulant?
Have enough Varian Bow?
Okay. Is that all you're missing?
Yeah.
I think of what else you might get more use out of. That's just with the damage perk buff, but that's going away in a couple days. But then actually see about what else? That one. What else is a decent exotic to buy? So you can burn it. Bastion's not horrible. Oh, do you have Wither Horde? Can you buy Wither Horde?
Uh,
Shadow Keep. Second from the right.
I don't have enough helium filaments.
Down just as they were gonna say who won.
Basically,
have
it's
enough
only
helium?
that. Yeah, it's only that.
Oh, that should be Glacial Starward, Wither Horde. Wither Horde.
Oh, I don't have enough of that at all.
Okay.
You only need like 13 baryon bowels, though. We can just get that really quick.
Oh, okay.
If we just go, that's like a what
Dreaming
city is a
City.
dream or city? Yeah.
Yep, Dreaming City. Yep. And only
you
get the
said-
quest right now. Oh.
You said that it's gonna go away or something. Something's going away on it?
No, you want to spend your cipher so you can go buy another cipher and charge that one so you can, because you can only get one cipher a week.
Okay.
If you want to build your exotic collection up, Sleeper's only going to be good. I mean, it might be solid next season. It's just it's only really good right now because there's a perk on your artifact called Particle Deconstruction, and it rips like 129,000 for a crit on a boss
Dang.
or shot. So yeah, it's kind of one of the go-to DPS guns right now.
Pretty sweet.
1K is, really good as well, but that's unfortunately there's raids still there. You have to do the raid to get that gun. You can't just buy that one. Bastion's really good. It's been broke as hell. They nerfed it, but it still seems to be broke. I thought I saw a video on it with them melting bosses with it. What was that other one? I tell you to get. Wither Horde is really good because it puts like a spot on the map that just burns stuff that's inside of it. It's a grenade launcher, and then it just explodes on the ground. And like, so if you have a lot of ads coming in, you can just crowd control really easy with it.
I'm trying to use Lumina, but there's like nothing in the artifact for hand cannons, which makes me a little sad.
And that was more like then when that gun came out, it was supposed to be like a support role, so you get like
Yeah.
kills with it, and then you can shoot your teammates and give them
Yeah.
health. It just never took off because essentially like, the pace in which like the gunfights are, there's no time. It's not like World of Warcraft or something where you're like, oh, okay, heal me, throw a heal. It's like no, you're by the time you say that, you're dead.
Yeah, it's true. I'm trying to do like a full healing build, but it's definitely difficult.
Here's one burrow here.
There's also 2 chests up here, which should have some in it as well.
Yep, you're right. Should have 2 per.
And another bow over here.
5.
I don't know. They could only get the quest. Wow.
5. So 10. I need 3.
We just gotta do the public event in a sec. That might give us some too. I'll get it started. If you guys want to keep harvesting those.
Did you get this chest here? Because that one's giving me 5, so...
Terrible.
And then there's another baryon bow over here as well.
Oh, I think I have it all then.
Yeah, I think you're probably done. There's one more over here if you want to get this.
Yeah.
Oh
Kill myself with
no.
my own gun. The sleeper ricochets, and I shot the blight, and it ricocheted back and killed myself. Yeah, I'm completing. So this public event, to make it heroic, you gotta dip inside this blight orb. Don't shoot the blight orb, just dip inside of it, you get a buff, and then you can shoot the big blight with it.
Nice.
That's how you pop it.
Blade receding.
Yeah. Now it'll just regenerate here in a sec.
Grenade launcher I've been using for talking?
Oh, there's a chest up here, by the way.
Oh, there.
Okay, it looks like it's way up there.
I am not
Yeah, so
very...
the public events, there's two things. There's the normal event and there's a heroic mode. You just have to know how to trigger the heroic mode. And each one has one. There's just this is one of the more it's just lesser known because you'll always get a lot of newer players that just because if you blow the blights up, that's all you have to do, and it's a lot faster. I can get the ammo there.
Oh. Wait, it's over. Let's try this. Ooh. Wow, that was nice.
Yeah, if you want to
Wow.
use it.
That's real nice.
One more. And it's way at the entrance now.
Oops, that is not what I meant to do.
Alright. And that big boss is gonna spawn in and we just gotta kill him.
No, no heavy amp.
I haven't got any ammo.
No special amp. A small gift, a strange coin.
What do you do with these small gifts? I have a few of them at this point.
Alright, now we can go back to the towering shield to buy your exotic.
What do you do with the small gifts?
I can take it as there. So the 30th anniversary, you have access to limited things since if you guys don't own it. There is basically like little mini things during the season before the next thing drop by Witch Queen. So they have Dares of Eternity. You can do those. You can do the new dungeon on normal. You can't do master, and you can turn in those strange coin to get the new weapons. And there's a Halo themed weapons. The battle rifle, the sword. They even gave us the. Let me see if I have the.
Oh, I see. That's the one. The grenade launcher you've been using, Momo. I see. The damage over time one.
Oh.
Oh, the Wither Horde.
Yeah, Wither Horde.
Yeah, like I said, it's really good in a lot of encounters. I'll put on my.
We have more people coming for raids or no?
Not tonight. I was just gonna.
Oh.
I was just gauging where you guys were at.
Oh.
That and one of the people we raid with put a knife through his hand.
Yes, I know Nomad.
Yeah. So he's kind of outsies, and then Sub and Blurples. So we definitely could have enough.
Underway.
Whenever we wanted to, whenever you guys wanted to give a raid a shot. You can do Last Wish, ESC, Deep Stone Crypt, and I believe you guys can do Vault. Get the battle pass. Alright, no, there it is. This is like the. I think you guys deserve. So you can go spend that site for now, and you can buy. Which one was that? You can buy Witherhoard.
It was
Honestly, that's
the
probably
sleeper
the
one.
most first. Or what was that? You gonna
Like
buy
the
sleeper?
sleeper one.
I don't remember what the burrow was. That was sleeper. If that was.
That was the sleeper one. The other one had stuff that I was really far from getting.
Never.
Okay.
My will is not
Yeah,
my
then I would
own.
buy sleeper, and then we'll go pick up your other exotic
Yours.
cipher. That way you can charge
Hooray.
another one, and you can always buy another one.
Do I get these? Wait.
Hmm?
The exotic stuff? The...
Oh, I get the engram. I think it's worth it.
Yeah, the Ingram will be a random exotic that you shouldn't have. They should have duplicate protection on. I say should because Bungie is not very good with it. You can afford it. I would definitely buy the Ingram every weekend. That's another
Okay.
way.
Yeah. It's like 100 or like 90 something legendary shards, right? I think that's definitely worth it.
Got Borealis?
Sniper.
You will not find the Nine that way, but they will find you.
And some of the weapons they are from old raids, so you have to get what's called spoils of conquest, and that's you can only get that from doing the newer raids. That's essentially how they did that. So you do the newer raids, you get the spoils, then you can buy the older weapons you can no longer obtain. Anarchy and Caraba and all that stuff. Okay. Take you guys to Zerg real quick. Even though we just left Zer at the tower, we're gonna go see his spaceship is faster than ours. We don't question it.
Maybe Zer is the family name and it's just a family business throughout the galaxy. Or I guess solar system, right? This is all supposed to take place in our solar system, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
And now I can't unsee this creepy face on my ship.
Is it creepy? It's just a little smiley face.
It looks kind of creepy to me.
Isn't that nice? Your joy makes me uncomfortable.
I will work hard to getting above 1300 so I can play with you guys and not keep dying.
What are you at right now?
1295?
I see. This is my little Halo sidearm. I got the Halo side. This is what you get with the. It literally just kind of ripped off all the Halo weapons.
Oh, but the sidearm in Infinite is so good.
Here's Zer if you want to talk to him, and then you can spend your. You can spend your strange coin to buy treasure keys, and then you can open up this to get weapons. I'm not sure if you don't have it, how much you can actually do.
For strange keys, that's what we're trying to get.
Yeah, do you have how many strange keys do you have?
I cannot get any because it says it requires rank 4.
Oh, okay, so you have to do dares to get up to rank 4.
Okay.
Oh, Primitive found a strange key.
Yeah.
Key?
Dang, you're more daring than me?
I think it's because Zeus ran through this thing, and I kept getting that same weapon.
What was that? You kind of cut out.
Oh, I kept getting that same weapon.
You completely cut out again.
Oh, weird. I don't know why. I kept getting this one weapon over and over from the chest. It was not great.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like what you want. This place is shiny.
Alright, so if we're gonna worry about power level now. We can't do the dungeon because you guys don't have. I tried to launch it. Let me do. There's Hawk Moon.
Yeah, I keep getting this BR or BXR 55 battler.
Yeah,
The
that's
battle
pulse.
rifle. Yeah. Also a really good game from Halo Infinite.
Or I kept getting that sword, half truths.
The path proof.
Half truths.
Oh, yeah,
Sword.
yeah. Oh, did yeah, half truth. So
Yeah,
the perk you want to find on that one is called Eager Edge.
I have it.
Okay, that's
No.
kind of busted right now. Essentially it's for like speed. It helps with speed running. If you jump and like swipe after switching to it, it basically launches you.
Oh yeah. I think some Zeus showed me that, and I was like, I don't know how to control this. So
Yeah, yeah, you can go so fast that when you hit a wall, it'll kill yourself.
Damn.
It's
Momo's
basically the new World Line Zero.
Momo is saying for weekly stuff, do Power Gear Tier 1 first, then Tier 2, then Tier 3, and last Pinnacle Gear every week.
Mm.
Pinnacles are going to give you the most power level. So I don't know what any of those words mean.
yeah, me neither.
So the way that Destiny breaks it down, and it also depends too, because if you have 3 characters, what you want to do is you want to do everything on one character,
Hmm.
because what you're looking for is weapons that are like your pinnacle drops. So if they're your highest, well then you can transfer your high weapons to your next character,
Right.
do powerfuls, and then it'll get you up. Your powerfuls will get you up to like your highest, then your pinnacles will get you higher, kind of a strat.
Mm-hmm.
If you only have one character, absolutely, you just want to do. The problem is if everything's there around the same power level, you actually want to hit a pinnacle up, because then it will jump one of your stats high, and then you go to your other powerfuls and get up to that level. So one thing is if you bring up your destination, and like if you just hover over Vanguard, it should have a white kind of star next to just a normal strike playlist, and it should say 0 of 3, and if you do 3, you get a pinnacle.
Oh, I don't have anything. Oh, I have to open it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I do know about these pinnacles.
Yeah. Well, if you look
Oh,
down at like the nightfall underneath it, you see how the
Mm-hmm.
nightfall says if you do it at like a lower difficulty, if you do enough of them, you get a powerful tier 1.
Right.
So it's basically like soft cap. So blues are the lowest. They soft cap get 1300, which you guys already are. So any blue won't help you. Primes, I think I remember. I could be wrong on some of this stuff because it's been a while. Are like 1310, and then your primes will stop dropping higher, and pinnacles will get you up, or 1320. And then pinnacles are the only thing that will get you from 1320 to 1330. So essentially, once you get all your gear, not your artifact level, but your gear level up to 1320, the only thing that will help you increase is pinnacles.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of my stuff is at 1320.
I have not even hit that at all, and all of my characters are pretty even.
So if you go to, I think of something we can do quick that's related.
So this is also tier 1s. Where are the tier 2s at? And the tier 3s?
So if you go into the tower, then there's a couple vendors. Bird lady, and the left there's clan rewards. Hawthorne.
I
Hover
see.
over that. That'll be a tier 2.
The 9 show you
I see.
these.
You do 8 bounties for each thing. You get a tier 1 powerful. So if you do like 8 strike bounties, 8 crucible bounties, 8 gambit bounties, you get bright dust and a prime.
I see.
A powerful tier 1.
So we want pinnacles ultimately.
Yes, but you kind of want to progress your way up. If you just get a pinnacle, and let's say you're at 1298, well, normal tier ones will drop higher than will drop up to 1300.
Right.
So you'll kind of waste a pinnacle. You want to do
Consciousness is impinging upon mine.
like if all your gear's sitting around 1310, you want to do a pinnacle to get one to like 1315, because then your powerfuls will drop up to 1315. Then
I
you do
see.
a pinnacle to stack. It's kind of the way to do it. And the most efficient route is for your characters. You do whatever your main is last. So you do your other two characters, all your pinnacles and stuff on your other two characters. Put your powerful weapons on your on whatever your main is, and then all your armor drops hopefully will drop quickly, and then your pinnacles will be even higher.
Okay. So for me though, with all the equipment stuck at 1320, I need to do pinnacle.
You need to do pinnacles.
Okay,
The raid
I see.
drops 5 pinnacles per clear of the
Wow.
log raid, both the
Okay.
class. Yeah, that's why
That's a lot.
raids are so are kind of the main progressionary, like that's the end game content. So you get to your soft cap, which is 1320, and then if you want to get to your hard cap 1330, you do the end game content. You do the raids, 3 strikes, 3 crucible, dungeon.
Nice.
That
Okay.
typically drops it. Let me see if I can even launch vault.
Trying to roll
Yeah.
my D8 over here.
So you guys can do vault. You guys do have access to vault. You can do the new raid and that's only 1310, 1320. I think the last fight's 1320-ish. That could be. Let me see. Could be. 'Cause the master version's like 13. Yeah, it's recommended 1300 to do vault. So it goes up 10 power levels each time. So I think it caps out at like 1330. The end fight is like 1330.
Okay.
Which if you're within 10, it's not a big. It's when you're within 20 or 30 lower, then it gets.
And Momo, I'm probably not gonna stream today. Probably tomorrow.
So you guys need. I'm trying to think of what pinnacles exist. You can't do. The other problem is like Presage is a pinnacle drop. Hawkmoon is a pinnacle. Like those other dungeons are. Prophecy isn't anymore, which sucks because I really like Prophecy. The Exo challenge. I don't know if you guys have. You guys did your stasis stuff?
No, I
Probably
don't
not.
think so.
Okay.
I don't
do me a
really have
favor.
any source of stasis. I don't have any weapons that do it, and I don't have access to the stasis class.
With Beyond Light, you should. You have to just unlock it. If you guys go to Europa, on the left-hand side in the Braytech Exoscience, there's a Exo challenge. It drops a pinnacle, and it's really quick every week. You have that unlocked.
Okay, so going to Europa, and then which were you looking for?
Bray Exoscience. It'll be on
I
the
don't
left-hand side in the middle.
I don't have anything there.
Okay. Do you have the Exo Stranger in the very bottom near the Beyond? Very bottom of the map.
I do not. I don't know that we've finished the Europa quest. If I remember correctly, this is where we were at last time when we were trying to get group progress, and we couldn't do that, so we didn't. I think this is exactly where we stopped last time.
Okay.
I don't think we've done this at all.
There's like an an exo challenge that's a pinnacle, and some of them literally are like 2.5 minutes solo, even solo.
Oh, nice.
And you get a quick pinnacle. Yeah.
Ooh, Deepstone Crypt, tier 3. This is I see.
Yeah, that's a raid.
Here we go.
But we're just going into Europa right now.
Hey, Jiraiya, how's it going? Happy Monday?
But would you guys be interested in doing raids?
I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm down. I don't know.
Okay.
I just was feeling like I was holding y'all back with being underpowered and stuff.
I mean, honestly, you're not that far behind. 1300. I mean, honestly, a week you could get up to 1310 pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm totally down for him. It's just like scheduling, finding out a good time.
Exactly. If you guys play Monday nights, I can get like Nomad and Sub and Purples. There's our other 3 for 6 stack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can try to work on planning on having Mondays available.
Or I mean, like I said, we play a lot. The game's
Hmm.
not, so like any day would work. Just I just know you. Rue was saying that Mondays are kind of they should like to stream them.
Yeah. The only challenge for me is like my schedule is pretty like variable.
Oh, okay.
So
Undergrads.
Ooh, wavy.
So is there a quest or something you guys need to do here? Any kind of markers of barracks if you're in this guy?
I have Beyond Light campaign. Only fire
Yeah.
team leader may launch.
Oh, so I'll make you fire team lead then.
Complete the Rising Resistance mission.
Is that where you're at too?
Question mark?
Mhm. Guessing if you guys played together mostly should be.
I think we were trying to get this to work together, but we were not on the same thing. So look for Beyond Light. It's probably on the next page.
Someone complete the new Cal mission?
Okay, so you're on step 1 of 34, so you should be fire team and we can do
Yeah.
yours, right?
Yep. And that's the one thing that they also never really got to work right is that helping somebody like mid-campaign is always kind of a pain. 'Cause, like you would think that if we're in the same party, I could see like where you're at and where I'm
Mm-hmm.
at, and
Yeah.
they've never made it work that way. It's always just kind of you. So you're trying to talk someone new into the game into trying to like,
Yeah.
okay, I've just explained 30 things, and now I'm gonna have to explain like how to launch something that you're looking for this gold crown on this, but it's not
Yeah.
on my screen, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
I think that's where it's at.
Yeah, it very much loads it on the new player, which is not ideal. By the way, you have challenges you can turn in, and those give you like a lot of season rank.
Oh. Oops.
Yes, and wait till we're on planet and you have something called shared wisdom, because that will increase your XP gain.
Oh wow, it works for that.
Yeah,
Great.
Varix,
so you can get to like
how
100 pretty
Aramis
quick.
used to trap you.
So we'll just do this
Was
first,
that
and then let me see if it's on your inventory. It's by your character. It'll be on the left-hand side, and you'll see something called shared wisdom. That's when you want to turn in bounties. So like right now, we do have shared wisdom. If you have any
Oh.
bounties to turn in, now you're gonna want to do them.
I see.
Because if
Where
you
is
look in
it?
your
So you'll want to go to your quest tab, so the back button, hold it. And then season challenges at the top, you can turn all those in. You might have a lot of those. Or
well, not the season challenge. I'm sorry, bounties.
I see.
With the dark gift, if Aramis is not stopped, she
Yeah,
will lead an army
that's where you can
snuffing out the light.
So what you'll start hearing, because we're only about 40 days out to the new expansion, is you're gonna start hearing people bounty hoard, and then basically they'll fill up their entire bounty tray on all their characters, and then when the new season launches, they'll play up till when they can get shared wisdom, and then they just spawn in on a clanmate or somebody on a planet, and they just dump them all, and they'll be like season rank 30 or 40 on day one.
I see.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm beginning to see how people hit higher ranks, like say rank 434 or something.
That's because I play a lot. There's some stupid numbers like 1,000,
Yeah,
and that's
true.
because of PC. PC, you can actually set macros, so you can go to like certain parts of the game where enemies continuously spawn, and you can just say, hey, set up a macro to push my mouse button every second, or hold it, let go so it reloads every whatever, and then the enemies will run at you, and you can they just sit there overnight.
So it's just botting.
This is what remains
There was
of
one,
the
it was actually an emote.
sprays you
They
over
disabled the emote
Built
because
to
you
house
could,
those who came
the
to
Titan, it
rescue
was something with the grenade and like you would throw the grenade and you could emote walk or something into a wall, and like the ads would come towards the wall, they couldn't hit you, your grenade would just fry them.
Wherever it is found. Do not
I
let
was
I
looking
floated
at the
high on
wrong
that one.
people.
no day passes
You were
without
following another game.
I
Yep.
will answer for these crimes.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Not before my
like little
people are
cheeses
safe from
that can you can
Paris.
exploit to get a high. It does help. The thing about is when you get to your artifact up, it increases your power level. So you do, that's why when they do like raid races and challenges on day one, when you drop the new raid, is they actually hard cap. Even if you're over the cap, they cap you out at a lower level. So it doesn't really matter.
I see.
That way it's fair for everybody. Now, you have a streamer that's spending 9 hours a day at the game, and he's already ranked 4 through 300, and so he gets 20, 30 power levels over you.
MMOs.
Right? But on the flip
Yeah.
side, I don't want him to patch it out because it's nice when you can grind a little bit, like you have a spot to sit and you have an easy farm spot to. Because do you guys know what catalysts are?
Is that where you live?
Okay.
A pinnacle
It's like, so that's why when you're like when you're farming catalysts, there's certain spots where like you just go there and just shoot everything and then get your catalyst done in like 15 minutes, where it would take an hour and a half, trying to find enemy groups to kill. You can go to a spot where they just continuously spawn in at.
I think that's what I need to start farming now. Because I'm just trying to get masterwork armor on everything.
I hear you, Exploder. Oh, I forgot this is the mission one, so this bridge is mined.
A lot of mines on this bridge.
Totally forgot that one. I've been grinding out the bow. I'm trying to get a bow with explosive head, and I was like, oh, I can just run past this. No, they got mines on this one.
Oh, I think I have that bow.
Biting fox, wolf tone fox.
Yeah, wolf tone draw.
I feel it again.
Wow.
The energy I felt earlier.
Yeah, I love that bow.
Aramis using stasis.
Yeah, it's really with the mods that they have right now for like grandmasters and stuff with the overloads. That explosive damage really helps maintain the stun for overloads,
Yeah, definitely.
so they don't regen on you.
The darkness trail Aramis left behind leads right through that door, but it's locked.
With stasis, yes. You will not be able to break through.
It's the next elevator
We'll
over.
find another way around.
Basically, one's an up and one's a down elevator. That's why it's blocked. It won't let you go down twice.
You desire freedom for our people, and I can give you just that.
Aramis is close. She's ours now.
Ooh.
What the?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Teleporter. I remember right. We have to go around and down. Am I right?
Oops, Jiraiya. We're doing alright over here.
No, wrong way. God, I always get lost in this freaking maze part. I've never scoped out this part of the map. I had to do stasis. There's like literally 3 different sections, and you make a wrong turn. Yeah, you go completely the wrong way. That wayfinder sometimes it gets confused. Now it's like, hey, but we just came from this portal, so we don't want to go back to this portal. I thought we did. One second, let me check it. Yeah. So the problem is the spot we want to get to is actually below us, so it looks like we're going the wrong direction, but we have to wrap around.
Nice.
That's what they're. Yeah, their wayfinder isn't the greatest.
Perfect level and quest time.
Go this way real quick.
Thanks for doing this, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's one of those games. It's a lot to take in. Did I go the wrong way? It's a lot to take in all at once. Like the leveling mechanics, like you're saying, the efficient way to do the quest. You know what are these engrams? You know, getting your power level up. But once you learn it, then it's fun. And like I said, it's always fun with other people. It's a hard game solo. You
I
can
think
only
for,
do so much solo.
yeah, I think for me is I just want to shoot stuff, and that's all. Someone else can figure out all my stuff. I just want to shoot things.
Yeah, this is definitely your I want to turn my brain off right now game.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I feel that.
Find and stop. Find another way. Alright.
I
Now
want
there's
to use
enemies
my,
over here.
I want to use my brain and play a strategy.
Right?
Right. I haven't played a good strategy game in a long time.
Been really trying to get people together for a Stellaris game, but it's kind of hard. The scheduling on something like that, where it's like, you know, gonna take days to complete that campaign.
Yeah. Oh my. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I don't know if I'm going the right way. I'm just going where enemies are because I'm trying to find my bearings. I can't remember where this.
The arrow is pointing backwards, but I just don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it's like. I'm trying to find where this. She's in a pit. If I remember right with what mission you're on. She's in this. I think it's either we went right away at the beginning. This is what I mean by getting turned around in this location. It's like you make one wrong turn right away. Yeah, because this is the. Oh, there's.
Whoa. All these things.
So that's the. They brought a raid mechanic into there's a DSC. There's a raid buff called Scanner. Little yellow icon above people. If you kill it, it'll tell you which one of those robots to shoot in what order. But you need the buff to tell you which one to shoot. So the raid mechanic that's pretty heavy in DSC is you gotta shoot, or the scanner can read things, highlighted panels. The operator can shoot things, and then there's a third buff that's a stun that can stun the boss. So you have to kind of like work together, and each has like their own little job to do.
Teamwork, what it is.
So I feel like we're on the wrong side of this ship.
Oh shoot, I fell off. Goodbye.
Let me see where we're at. Let's see if I can see a waypoint. Yeah, see, that's the other problem. Is like I can't see your waypoint. I swore it was right in the middle, right? Oh, you guys keep trucking forward. I'm gonna back out track and see if I can find that. Whatever one of us makes it, we can kill that person and then. If I remember right, she's in this little pit with her worshippers, and that's where we have to go.
Glacial Starward up here.
How do you get up there?
I don't think this is the way. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Where was it?
No.
Oh, it's up there by the door?
Got it.
Ow.
Taking me alone. So how many of you guys play Destiny? Just the two of you, or?
I think it started with the both of us, and then added Starfire in, and
Okay.
then we started playing different games.
We were trying to find a game for the three of us, me, Rue, and Starfire to play together. And we were gonna play Final Fantasy 14, but the free doesn't let you invite people to parties, I think.
Oh,
And
that's what
so,
I got the pay block on. You can play the game
yeah,
solo, but you want to do all the fun stuff.
yeah, you have to get invited by someone else. And so we played this, and then eventually we stopped, and now I really want to play Final Fantasy 15. That's life. And it's interesting because for that game, apparently there's so much traffic on the servers right now, and they can't expand it because of shortages. And so they've blocked all sales of the game.
Ooh.
So you can't even if you wanted to.
I'm an idiot. Okay. On it. Yeah, and I remember. That doorway that was initially blocked. Here we go. I should trigger the cutscene for you.
Oh dang, there's a cutscene.
Oh yeah, I remember this cutscene.
For centuries we have been bound by them. Servants to the so-called Great Machine.
Who was it in your chat that was saying she was hot?
In its image.
Oh yeah, I don't remember,
We
but someone
have
was saying she was
become
hot.
pawns of our own
Someone was
device.
thirsty for this alien.
No longer. Today, we begin breaking free from our chains.
Maybe they like Goro from Mortal Kombat 2? Forearm?
There you go.
I mean, no shame. No shame. If you like the form, that's fine.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
can't yuck people's yums.
No.
Yeah.
In time. Violence! One by one, we will rise again.
Well, I want that helmet. That's a cool helmet.
That guy's like conducting a symphony.
This is our future. Our enemies stand no chance against this power. The great
Wanna make a bet?
machine will finally know our pain. It would appear our enemies have arrived.
It's
eager
us.
to test us.
Oh, it's
Let's
us?
not keep them
I think so,
waiting.
right?
Yeah.
I just want to say nice speech. Loved it.
You know, as a rallying cry for your people, that's really inspirational.
Maybe the heroic slow clap.
This. I can feel it. It's too powerful.
Erebus has begun spreading stasis to her army. Must get out now.
Yeah.
I'm calling
Now
our
we just
ship.
gotta run.
Let's go. Don't stop.
Ooh.
Keep moving.
Let's freeze. Unlock.
They actually have darkness. The Fallen. This is really bad. Ships here, to the left.
So, story-wise, why are these people our enemies?
Cross the gap. Go.
So the major factions of enemies are the Fallen, which these guys are.
Mhm.
Vex, Scorn, Taken. How do I feel like I'm free?
But
The Cabal.
aren't there some fallen that we like too?
Now there are. So this was before that.
I see.
Yeah, Beyond Light introduced the friendly faction of Fallen that they're kind of more peaceful. These guys just hate us because they used to have the Traveler was like their god and like gave them the revive power, and then when like the darkness came, it left them behind. They came to like Earth and then gave like the Guardians power. So they got jealous and then they just sort of started like invading. Oh, and the Hive. That's the other one, the Hive.
So much drama.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty
Parents
much.
believe
It's like the older brother,
Aramis
big brother
wished
thing. Like
to
they didn't like
create a
that.
new
We
life
got it.
for the
So,
Elixir.
wait, why doesn't the
But
Traveler just share it?
dark
The Traveler's
powers
just like,
have
alright, time for
poisoned
y'all to
her
fight.
mind.
Yeah. It's like
And
peace out.
so I
Oh,
fled
great.
from her. For
So the
this
Traveler kinda
she
sucks.
calls
A little
me
bit.
Betrayer.
Right.
There are others who fled. Those like me who still worship the
Alright.
great machine.
Aw, it's a little
They
sled.
are in hiding.
Little
I
glimmer
will
sled.
not leave them behind. They will be
Oh, do you got that one?
casualties
Oh, I don't
in
have
her
this one. I think this is somebody
war
else's.
without our
Yeah,
help.
that's the
But
awning
perhaps they can
one
be
from
brought
back
to
like
safety.
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Nice.
They got this one too. The little mini one.
Oh, what the heck?
That's a little mini one.
But the
Oh,
hitbox
that's
is just the
cute.
normal size. It's pushing me
Oh,
way over here.
Oh, it's
That's
horrible.
so cute.
Oh, like there used to be a sparrow race. Like this thing just does not. You hit like a bump and it's like dunk. Like I didn't even hit that. All right, so you should have another quest now to do.
Yeah, I think, nope.
Oh, am I supposed to? Was I not?
Yeah.
I think so. I think
Oh,
that's
you're
what you're
fine.
supposed to do.
What's the name of this one?
I don't know.
We just hit square around here. I want to say we're getting close to where you're at.
Yeah, I was on 3. She was on
Okay.
1, and we just completed that. So must be 2. I think that's
This is 2. Are you up late?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably call it here like in an hour-ish. It's about 1 a.m. my time.
Oh
I gotta
my
wake up to go to work.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm a night owl.
We have been lately.
Is no longer the haven
I
hoped
feel like I
it
don't
would
go
be.
to bed until like
For
4
those
a.m.
who
these
do not
days.
wish to live under the rule
What time do you have to wake up for work?
must pray Savior, a secret communications network.
Whenever, I
Allow
guess.
us
Oh,
kind
yeah?
of depends on how she's feeling, or I guess whether you have meetings.
Barracks, get
Really.
ready.
Yeah, if I have
Here's the first
meetings.
relay.
I think usually at 10 or something.
Oh, okay. All right, so we got.
I should be better about it. I gotta be more responsible.
Meh.
Heck. Yeah, meh indeed.
It's up above it, or let's see if this one gets.
Power's going, Barracks.
I thought it was up here.
Two more.
There it is.
Why is jumping so hard for me? God.
So you guys all friends in real life? Out there?
Yeah, me, Starfire, Nonchalant, Skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Momo, why the sad face?
Okay, Barracks. That's 2.
You gotta get Momo in on this, man.
You wanna play next
that?
week, Momo?
Sounded like voices.
What? Who?
The ones who spoke through me.
We must hurry then.
Last one's
There's
down.
one more relay.
Huh? Is it bad to always be sad, Momo?
Bad? No, but that sounds like depression, and you should definitely talk to a professional about it if you can.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's them. They're here.
Because it's like not your fault or anything. It's definitely like
Beckoning us.
your brain chemistry being out of whack, and it's gonna be a self-reinforcing problem.
I'm like sad Hulk. Instead of being mad all the time, I'm sad all the time.
Salvation awaits.
But I have, you know, good days and bad days, and some days are, you know, you feel a little bit more resilient than others. You know?
And yeah, just to reiterate, there's nothing bad with having mental health challenges, man. That's like,
And get it, there's nothing wrong with asking for help too.
To help you finally take
yeah.
control.
In fact, if you can, you should. As someone who has had depression before, I will tell you the chances of it just going away on its own are very, very low.
I should add like a recurring message thing on my thing for mental health resources. I saw another streamer had it, and I was like, that's really nice. You know.
Even if no one uses a link, at least it like normalizes it.
Yeah.
You are self-aware sack of meat, there's going to be problems with that. That's not always going to work out well. And just styling on them.
Oh, dang. Ooh.
Oh, showing us all the stasis classes, huh?
Yup.
Is that Truckin?
I don't think
no.
this is us.
No,
Oh,
that's
it's just other people.
That's the Drifter on the right, Exo Stranger in the middle, and that's Eris on the left.
Right on time.
Oh.
The hunter in the middle is mommy?
Momo says the hunter in the middle is mommy. He's mommy. Speak with the Exo Stranger on why she's here. How are things in your world, Truckin?
You know, can't complain much. No production issues on my code.
Nice.
No, well, knock on wood. No, and we got end of year stuff, so now we're ramping back up into our sprints and everything for the next quarter. Or it's that kind of that downtime. So not a lot of stress, mostly just research and debugging.
What kind of stuff do you code?
Stuff for banks.
Oh, okay. So very security heavy, or
I owe
like
you
back
an explanation for all this.
Back end.
Yeah.
I
Back end
once asked
processing
Guardians to
and
destroy
yeah,
the Black Heart
some
to prevent
security, but
Darkness's arrival.
Success may have been achieved,
I see.
but I now know that fate comes knocking sooner or later.
Heard you were doing mem
The
traces.
floodgates are open.
Yeah.
The darkness is
You
here.
got a memory leak?
I wield it now
It's
with
so I'm
intent to stop
doing my
our
master's
enemies where the
program right
light
now.
cannot.
Okay.
Your
And so
resilience
we're
within the
it's
pyramid
for a
proves
computer
you're capable
architecture
of
thing.
wielding
All
it
the
too.
assignments are done through this like
Before us lies what we call a
using mem
ziggurat.
traces of
Its
different
purpose
programs.
is temptation.
Okay.
To begin your
Because
training,
we're doing like
you must give
essentially we're simulating
Here,
different chip
take
architectures
this.
and then basically checking how those things work out
Please understand.
with different
The line
setups.
between light and dark is so very thin. Let's cross it together.
Ooh, that unlocked was lowercase unlocked. Interesting.
And for all our assignments, we're using this professor's code base, which means it's horrifically documented.
Oh. Comments. Comments are good at 2 o'clock in the morning when shit breaks.
Yeah, and
Comments.
for just the setup, it's like a 7 or 8 step process to get it to work, right? To get your environment all set up, and there's 7 or 8 steps listed. There's 3 different ones that actually have instructions of those
I
8,
understand why you're going along.
and
with
then
this
within
strange plan,
those, there's like probably
She's
3 or
clearly not
4
telling
links
us
per
everything.
step, and maybe one of them actually points to something you can use.
You have to go to the shrine? I can't remember yet, or do you have to go back and talk to the...
Oh, I fell off. Oh, it says locked.
Yeah, so now these are your aspects. So this is where you have to, your 3, you have to do, and this is where the grind is real, because you have to do this on every character.
Oh.
Gonna
So-
tune on this front one, can you? Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to attune on the one in the front. She might not be able to, because we might have to get her to step. Can you attune on this front one?
I did.
Yeah, I think she did already.
Okay. You have to
Yeah.
go back and
the
talk to
longer we're
Exo.
here, the more nervous I get. Not that I think you
I
can't
believe.
handle it. I know you
Remember
can.
right.
I just wish I had a
But
better
yeah,
idea.
I
of what
remember.
that
Oh
would be.
god, I hated
Definitely an
professors like
uncharted
setups.
territory out here.
Like, well, you never could see this in the real world, but we're gonna do. You know, this is how we do it in my class. I'm like, but why are we doing it in the class?
Yeah.
Why don't you set up a distributed or whatever that would actually be what we would use in the real world, working world? That costs money. Son of a.
Yeah, or at least just give us like a virtual machine with all that stuff set up. So,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah, who you gotta talk to? Barracks?
Or is it?
If you check your destination, there should be somebody lit up.
Nexus.
Now, what do you code in on Apple or Unix, Linux?
Linux, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
I
God. So
I
you're
really like
right.
Linux.
What distro are you using?
Ubuntu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Ubuntu. That's kind of the overall nice one. That's
Yeah.
okay. So at least it's pretty. Yeah. It's just the hard part with Linux, like you said. Yeah. I mean, you don't do the make installs. I mean, if he gave you a link, you could just do a. Oh God, it's been a while since I did it. Like a make install with it, or it's an install. You don't have to do like the make install crap.
Right.
I ran Slackware for a while, and that was legit pure code line. No Xwin or anything.
Mhm.
No grep or. It was pure. The KIDE. Yeah, it was pure command line. We did that for work though when I worked on the flight sims. Like we had one engineer, man. Like, that dude, if he ever went black hat, I told him, like, you go black hat, you warn me so I can unplug my computer from the internet.
Oh, jeez.
The dude used to write like firmware for hard drives.
Aramis.
Yeah.
Like he was like old school. He was an older generation, but he was just smart as shit.
Super knowledgeable.
Yeah, I shadowed him for like 4 months just because. And,
Yeah.
well, he when we were doing our sim transfers from here in the cities to Atlanta, a couple hard drives like crashed because a tech dropped them. Not me, but a tech dropped the hard drive, and we didn't have a working backup at any time. he was in Atlanta, and he's telling me to like, all right, plug it into this, plug it into that. All right, go to the NIC or go to the switch. Oh, I need you to plug in cable 4 into port 13, and he's like RDP, and he's like rebuilding a working hard drive from like 8 other hard drives from across the country. Pure line-based Slackware Linux. So he's using rsync and crap. He's like, okay, I gotta grab this chunk of directories from this hard drive, this chunk. Okay, and I gotta one sec, I gotta make my connect. Holy fuck, dude!
Yeah. I'm good. I mean that's kind of like most of the stuff I do is machine learning.
Okay.
And like getting machine learning packages to work and like getting all your dependencies and set up for Windows is like it's such a headache.
Is it?
It's real bad. So it's like, at least for me, if you're gonna do it, you pretty much need to use Linux.
Yeah. I love that. I'm a huge fan of Linux.
Me too.
I mean, unfortunately, I game, so.
Yeah, same.
I got the funniest part of the world. Oh, yeah, here you go. Is yeah. So keep using your stasis super to get used to it. You guys are warlocks. Alright, so you want to pop it, you want to R1 to freeze them, and then R2 to do a big blast that will kill anything frozen. If it's not frozen, it doesn't do a lot of damage. So freeze first, and then do your R2 to blast them down.
Oh, you get a staff? That's fun.
Yeah, and that freezes everything, and then you do a blast near it, and it's a big explosion. There you go.
Oh,
So, yeah, R1 to freeze them, R2 to crush them. And you get your super back like instantaneously in this. It's just like a tutorial on how to use it. You should get your super back almost. There you go. Freeze, so freeze him first room. Yep, now hit him with it. There you go.
Oh.
So that's how you use the super. And you have grenades and stuff, so you can freeze them and you can just blast them.
Oh shoot, I fell off. Oh god. Oh boy.
That's cool, man. Machine learning is something I never got into. Yeah, I haven't had to get into it yet for my job. Probably something coming down the pipe eventually.
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's kind of where a lot of stuff's going right now. I don't know. I like it. It's fun.
And going for your master's, dude. That's impressive.
Thanks. Yeah, I was gonna originally do PhD, but like, I don't want to do more school. At least not right now. I'm like so burned out on it.
Yeah.
I kind of just want to just get to work, if only to like have time to work on things that I want to. Because right now it's like working in school is so time consuming.
Yeah, that's always the hard part. I mean, I got lucky. When I had to go back to school for my computer science degree. I was in the process of getting laid off. So I essentially treated work as study time because I was losing my job anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I literally got 2 years into my degree before I got laid off, so I could do it at school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. For sure, it gets. I gotta ask then. Did you or do you enjoy discrete mathematics?
I am always impressed by people in the math world, but I would never want to do it for my living.
So I mean, I got a cousin that's actuary, and he's like whatever linear algebra. Well, I don't even calc 12. I don't even know.
Right.
I'm not the strongest at math. But like I went in my calc teacher. He also teaches our discrete mathematics class, and he was like, now listen, I'm gonna teach you stuff in this class, and it technically will make sense, but it won't at the same time. Like, how does that even work? It's like it's in theory and in the computer world it makes sense, but if you ever try to like use the theories behind it, no.
Yeah, this is a continuous world you exist in.
Exactly. There should be
You
a
know.
chest back here. I think you guys can open up now. That's the
There's
reason
a
I'm going farther.
there's a glacial thing over here.
Okay. Oh, glacial door. Yeah. There should be a chest. You guys. Now you got to open up these chests that are along the way. Okay, that's one thing I always ask because I could not. I passed it, but I could not. That was more for people that wanted when you understood like how computers looked at arrays and shit and bubbles, so this course.
Yeah.
And it made sense.
Yeah, I mean that stuff's
For
like
efficiency, but
for me, it's like all those classes I end up like getting super stressed out about, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on. And then somehow at the end of the quarter have an A in the class, and I'm like, all right, good enough for me, I guess. And I'm still not sure of what's going on.
Was there a chest up there that you guys could unlock? I saw you both go to the thing.
It says locked.
It says locked?
Yeah, is it that we have to go and play this on different characters or something?
No,
Is
no.
it-
We may have to attune then. Like that's like once you. What's your next step now that you did it? You have to go attune at the shrine. Or...
Oh, I have to go to talk to Varix.
Okay. Yeah. So now this is the kind of the rotation for this one is, you go defeat this little section of the map. You commune with that pyramid, do your whole stasis super thing at a room. And then you go and you attune at the statue and it like unlocks. You have to do that like 4 times.
Ooh, I can see how people find this not exciting.
Yeah. And then the grind of it is you have to do that on every character. So you think, hey, I did it on my warlock. Now it just gives me all my stasis abilities on my hunter. No.
Oh wait,
Then
so
you still
we're
have to unlock aspects.
we have to right now we're running back to attune at this spot.
No. You guys going to Varix? Varix is over here.
Fast travel to the thing.
Yeah, fast travel to the beginning of the map.
Oh, how come it didn't take off? Because this is like the overworld.
No, so you can this party leader can drag the party to destinations, but once you're on a destination, you can't fast travel for everybody. Everybody has to individually fast travel.
So many steps.
Can it be? I can smell that poisoned power on you. Does corruption spread so quickly? Or do you hope to fight Aramis with her own weapons? You walk a very
That sounds like skeleton
dangerous
noises.
path. Take this recklessness to Phylax then. But beware.
I think I had to get up to, God, what was it, Calc 2 or 3 and Discrete Mathematics 2 or whatever. I'm like, yeah, and then I was done. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing it's like
Because same thing, it was like you stress out about it and then you get at the end, okay, I got an A.
yeah.
I
I
don't want
mean,
to do that again.
I'm pretty sure all computer science are gonna do multivariate calculus of some kind.
Yeah.
The thing that I really hate is proofs. I just hate doing proofs.
Oh yeah, proofs are no fun.
So, because you always miss fucking one step or whatever.
Yeah.
I do not remember.
And I think in general the way proofs are taught is so bad because it's like you do one proof and you either got it or you don't, and then that's it. And what you really need to be able to do is like iterate through it. You know.
Where are you guys going now?
Oh, I don't know. I was following Rue.
Yeah, I don't know.
It says to go up to Eventide Ruins.
Okay. Yep.
Defeat
Yep.
Fallen.
So this is that whole, remember we talked about the 2 fast travel points? You guys don't have one yet, but there is fast travel point up at Evertide. You'll unlock it, I believe. I don't think you have it initially. You might now. I think once you get so far in the Beyond Light, it unlocks the second fast travel point.
But yeah, I just took an optimization theory class, and it's a graduate class, and there's only like 9 people total in the class, I think, and only me and 2 other people would actually show up to class. And then we had like homework every single week, right? And by the end of the quarter, we had got 1 of 10 homeworks returned to us with any kind of feedback on it.
Oh.
And then the final's like 50% of your grade. So you have like absolutely no idea where you stand in the class at all, or like how you're doing on any of the problems. And it's like, all right.
PTSD. You're giving me PTSD because yeah, I remember that. God, I remember those days. Not that high level. I only went to bachelor's, but yeah, just the teachers that would just you'd submit your projects or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, it doesn't unpack in my system." It's like, okay, what's your, I thought our environments were supposed to be set up the same way. And you realize they have like a newer version than what they hand out to the students. Like, why am I coding on this version?
Yeah.
Because of whatever library what didn't exist in his or law that I used.
Yep. And the school I'm going to is a research school, so a lot of the professors too, they're not there because they want to be professors. They're there because they want to do research. So.
Oh, so they're not just they're not the best teachers.
Right, and part of it is like they have to teach some quarters they have to teach, and it's not like they really want to usually.
Yeah.
Which is maybe not the best mix. I mean, it's nice because you do get to interact with these researchers doing like cutting edge stuff, but as far as like from a purely class standpoint, like okay.
What do you need to kill here? Can't remember.
35 fallen.
Okay. Should be a cumulative too.
Did you just die?
I just died to a debuff that I've never seen before. I guess because I never did the challenge. Like destructive key. I saw it like counting down. I thought it would just go away. I was wrong.
Oh, something. I got a notification for something. And I can't. Oh, stretch. Thanks for the stretch. Thanks, Sam. How's it going? How was your stream? Or you were streaming earlier today. How are things going?
This should be a fallen off.
I feel like
Yeah,
there's
the nice
like
part is when you're in a party, these challenges are like accumulative, so it's like everybody's kills count.
I feel like I just haven't seen any enemies at all.
Yeah, there's not really many here right now. I think maybe if we go inside this structure.
You have to be careful. If you go up the structure, you're going to the Riz. It's not the area you need to kill them.
Oh, I see.
Thanks for the hydrate reminder, Momo.
You can't go into the Lost Sector because same thing, it puts you in a different instance, so not technically. Even though the Lost Sector exists in Evertide Ruins, it's not technically Evertide Ruins.
Yeah, happy to check out more keyboard streams, Sam. You're playing League?
Oh, League.
That is one game, like, I've played some toxic games.
It's so bad.
I've played CSGO, I've played Call of Duty, like back in the day Call of Duty. I've played some, I didn't even play the tutorial for League and I was getting shit talked. I was in a tutorial like match. God, was our jungler? I'm like, what the, dude, I'm trying to, like, why are you guys not all like my rank in learning? Why did I get paired up against some?
I think League in particular, just because it's like completely free and everything, a lot of players will do ranked, get stuck somewhere, be convinced that it's just because who they're matched with, make a smurf, and then get angry at people and be hella toxic.
What's a smurf?
That's like when you're a high-level player making a new account and playing with low-level players.
Oh.
So like in Destiny, they have a hidden score. It's called an elo score for like your Crucible ranking. It's just effectively like how good are you at PvP. So that way, if when you match against other players in certain playlists, you'll go up against similarly skilled players.
Mm-hmm.
Well, eventually you get, if you're good enough, you get to those tiers where it's just you go up against ridiculously good players all the time, and you get frustrated. But then you just make a brand new account, and now you're a whatever 3,000 elo player on a 0 elo account.
For League, so I used to play a lot of League in ranked. I had with some friends, a 5-person team, and we were trying to do, when I ended up stopping, we were like just outside of Challenger. So we were Diamond 1 team, and we were getting into qualifying for Challenger, which is like essentially semi-pro for League of Legends. But I ended up stopping because it's like 8 hours a day I'm playing this game, and I'm trying to get on with my life. But recently I went back because we watched Arcane, the anime for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the art style in that one.
Yeah, it's fun, and I was like, oh, I kind of want, maybe I'll try playing League again. And I went in, and like, literally the first comment of my first match is just this dude saying like a bunch of racist stuff, and I'm like, dude, I remember why I quit this game.
Wow.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a public event, so this doesn't count.
Yeah, it will count. Public events count because we're still technically in Everside. It just isn't fallen. I remember this one. It sounds like it's oh yeah, it's Glimmer Extraction. Count for you.
And then I think, again, in part of what makes League so toxic is they do, like, you have essentially 10 matches to be placed somewhere.
Yeah. It's very high.
And yeah, and you're like, the way you're ELO, because they do the same thing, the way it works is like, how much gain you get is dependent on your ELO compared to your opponents. So once you start getting placed within a certain area, you're going to be, and if you are like losing to those people, you will kind of be in that area, right?
Draw out and defeat Elenex Salvation Elite.
Okay, that is, we're almost done with this public event, and then that's going to be in the different area. We have to kill like certain her followers. And
Sam, is that
your?
your?
Just so you know, to make this heroic, these little monitors here, you have to kill these things.
Sam, is that your experience of League? Getting back into it?
I think everyone, like, in League will claim ELO hell, which is like, oh, I'm getting matched with this level of players, and that's why I'm stuck in this level, is because I match with these other players that don't know how to play. And they're essentially just a lot of times making excuses for themselves in a way that is like, other players are the problem.
And that game too, I can see like how hard it is to play without comms.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that is one of those higher levels where like you have to.
Do need communication, and specifically it's very hard to play if people are like I would not do solo ranked in that game.
Oh dang. Sam says pretty much the same, yeah. Wow.
So Destiny has a mode similar called Trials of the Virus. It's so every weekend it launches and it goes away at reset. So Friday, just like Zerg, Friday to Tuesday, and it's PvP mode, 3v3. You just have to kill the other team. They're introducing new stuff, but that's like the old premise of it. And the whole point is you have to win 7 matches in a row without one. And that's called going flawless. And you get special weapons. You get a death weapon up the Trials gear. And I mean you'll have. Yeah, there's people that do not play PvE. They only play PvE.
I'm kind of the opposite.
And they only play that mode.
Oh, crazy.
And yeah, that's every round they're teabagging every round they're. You know when you get matched up against the lower, some like players that are just trying it for the first time. And like we 5-0 teams, we've gotten 5-0, and like you're just kind of like, yeah, that's where the negativity of this community kind of shines.
Yeah, any PvP mode, you'll get a lot of negativity, especially if it is like a team thing.
And it's like, so like, if you beat the other team, pretty much make their card flawed, so then they have to reset their cards.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, and you can get this one thing that forgives one loss, so it's like it's basically 7-1 is what you can be. But yeah, and that's really where like when this game first launched on PC, oh, the hackers came out hard in trials. Oh, on the PC playlist, those guys were getting screwed over. So you have these guys that get like 5-6 wins in a row, and then they go up against the hacker. It's got like infinite heavy, and teleports right behind you. And all right, so now where we need to go?
There's a chest over here by me.
I'm still where we were when we finished that event.
Okay.
Am I missing?
What do you have to kill?
Like a high level.
Yeah, does it say where you have to do it at? Which part of the map?
There's a little diamond, but I'm just trying to get past this area. You fight this thing. Cam says best when you at least duo with someone.
Yeah, you have to duo.
Did it die? Oh.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun with League when I was playing it a lot. That's why I spent so much time in it, but in retrospect, like, that game is so toxic.
I don't think I ever tried.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
You're saying you don't think you ever...
Oh, I never tried it, really. I think I maybe tried Heroes of New Earth or something.
Oh, wow, okay.
But it was... the learning curve was too high, so I...
Yeah, very high.
I couldn't get into it.
I mean, League made those Moab games.
I can see how Aramis would be a fierce opponent.
Yeah.
What we've seen, even her own lieutenants.
So now over here, there's gonna be special fallen that'll have something over their head
Barracks told us
that you need to
that
kill.
she had good intentions once.
Be like
That scares me. That the darkness could change a person that much without them.
I think Heroes of New Earth came out before League, but I don't think it was ever as popular. Because I think Dota started it all, the first one, and was made within the Warcraft 3 engine, like using the map editor and scripting in that.
Warcraft 3 is still a really good game. God,
Yeah, I love Warcraft 3. I was really sad because I really liked Warcraft 3 and was good at it. And like at the time, the only people I really had to play with were my brothers, and they didn't like playing with me because I was good at that game and they were better at me and StarCraft.
Okay.
So they're always like, "Oh, let's just play StarCraft."
Need additional.
And there's 2 of them, so they won.
Yeah, that was my series was Command and Conquer. I got really good at Command and Conquer.
The first one was so good. That's the only one I played, but that game was solid.
Yeah, Command and Conquer General was mine. I could get like 3 lasers up in like the first 2.5 minutes, so they're not bad. Which was like the WMD and the laser general particle cannon.
I remember my mom used to be a biotechnology and biochemistry teacher, and as kids she would like bribe us to go help her set up her classroom over summer. And the way she bribed us is like, okay, if you help me move all this furniture and get set up for the school year, I'll let you install whatever game you want on the classroom computers. And so we would like input StarCraft on there, Diablo 2, and have like 8 people all lined up in a massive LAN party.
Nice.
And we used to play stuff like Command and Conquer and StarCraft, but...
Yeah, we had when I went going to like
Hold
networking
on, be right back.
Yep. The networking classes, like that was how we verified our networks worked. Just played CS Counter-Strike.
Oh, I
You could
played
set up
Counter-Strike.
you set up the match and IP addresses and everything, and your switches and cables must be working. So you should have some more guys to kill.
Yeah. Trying to get to them.
The other thing too is these rally flags with these public events give you guys full heavy, full everything, and super.
Oh, nice.
If you ever see these rally flags,
I played StarCraft at one
yeah.
point. Yeah, at one point in my life.
What was your race of choice? What was your race of choice?
I played Protoss a lot, or Zerg.
Zerg was mine. But that's because I love the monsters.
I just like the thing where like the tentacly things come out of the ground and.
Oh yeah. Oh, what was that thing called? The Sunken Colony?
It was I can't remember what. I'm trying to think what race it was. But so long. It was the rush strat. Zerg rush strat.
Yeah, it's the Zerg.
You just built up and you just like you don't even build any buildings. You just basically you're making like low level guys the whole time.
Yeah. Did you ever play the second one, Rue?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so actually, I want to make sure you guys shoot that big one.
Yeah.
Do you have that machine gun?
It's nice.
Like I said, and just so you know, there's no splash damage, so if you ever get surrounded by enemies, you can just shoot your feet with it.
Ooh.
And it makes an explosion, so it'll like blow them, it'll hurt them and kill most of them, or just push them
Looks
back.
like we won ourselves an invitation.
Okay, we killed that lady, so what's the next step?
Asterian Abyss, this warrior empire hunt.
Okay, that's where we're at.
This one?
You should have a marker to go to.
Oops. Get up
Am
there.
I correct or am I wrong?
Up there. Oh, bear juice is nearby, huh?
Colonel?
From the Glorious Bastards? Where is it? His symbols?
I think that was his old handle, if I remember right.
Dang. I think after this one, this part of the mission, I want to go to bed.
So you're going to bed?
Copy
Yeah,
that.
I'm getting sleepy.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot, so don't push to try don't burn yourself out trying to do it all in a couple nights. This campaign was like it was like the big drop for the year.
Hmm.
So that's why there is so much to do.
I mean, like, it was like 34 steps, and I was just...
Yeah.
Found fame.
Gosh, I'm tired.
Gap, yes. Fame for ruthlessness, for final death, for Phylax.
Yeah, I always hated optimizations only because like you were going to like other people's code and you're like, oh my god, it's gonna take me longer to optimize this than if I just rewrote it.
Well, yeah. I mean, the optimization class for us was all like optimization problems. So
yeah,
not coding at all. Well, we did like a very little amount of coding on in MATLAB, if you're familiar with that.
Okay, yeah.
But it's mostly like doing stuff on paper and like learning how to write up solvers for like linear and non-linear optimization problems. So basically like how you
You got that
allocate
sliver.
resources and stuff like that.
Further away than ever.
I would like for me, I like tinkering around with code and just like doing that. I'm not as interested in like doing the theoretical math or proofs of it. Which is kind of why I like machine learning in general, just because it's like you're tinkering around with like hyperparameters and things like that. But
Let
so
machine learn the routes and all
Shoot
that.
the transform.
yeah, so I don't mind
already
like
disabled the barrier.
taking the time to optimize something and just like really kind of slowly run the test and see what little changes you can make and stuff. But I can see how it's not everyone's cup of tea.
There, I gotta shoot the bottom.
What drives you, machine spawn? Do you fight for glory? For power? My elixir fight for the fight itself. There is nothing beyond it. Let me teach you this lesson.
Infinitude sounds really weird.
It's just when you have like an attitude that won't go away.
Yeah.
Your infinitude.
It's not Infinity Stone, Infinitude Stone. That would be a very different comic book series or something.
So the Fallen, I don't know if you guys have seen them before. They have like time mines. They're like bouncing betties. They'll pop up and you can either shoot them to stop them, or if they explode, they just puts like it just slows you up immensely.
Yeah.
Area.
I've never seen the Fallen's military forces so organized.
For many years, Elixni lived scattered, yes. Aramis took our broken houses and forged an army.
She wasn't giving out on stasis. They came to the last city.
How do you put the wells down again?
Hold B.
Okay.
I see now.
It's been too long.
The chance to hold my blade.
It's been a while since we played this game for sure.
I am waiting.
Like months.
Another one of those giant mechs.
You're all about that Project Zomboid right now.
Hell's scourge. Another
Yeah, that's what you guys
house united
surviving the apocalypse.
I want this guy's helmet.
I will bring the corpse Aramis can. I will hoard myself armor.
We're gonna this platform we're on is gonna disappear. We gotta go up to the next level. We're gonna be in a next milk and it too.
Vex milk, the marshmallows.
Wait, so it's a jumping puzzle? Oops.
And the next platform's gonna be behind us after we nuke her.
I fell. to the electric marshmallow. Oh god. Can't get up on this thing.
Okay, I gotta ask a question now that I heard that noise.
What?
Are you one of those people that moves the controller to help thinks it helps him jump?
I think I move my whole body, not the controller.
Okay.
You're
Every
just
time I
into
hear-
it.
Every time I hear someone go, I'm like, are you moving your hands thinking that's gonna help your jump?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not my hands.
I've done it. I've done it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a pervious to that reflex.
I'm just so into it.
Yeah, for me it's it's like same as like when it gets like really intense or whatever. I like move myself, like pretending to look around corners and stuff. Like that's not how it works, really.
Not yet. You need to be playing VR, and then you'd be
Oh
like super skillful.
no, I would just die.
I'm still waiting for that. You know, I have to actually push out with that protoplasm phobia or whatever.
Oh,
that game is.
phasmophobia? Oh, I would just die.
Return that game.
Here's phasmophobia. I throw a tornado.
Ooh, nice.
Aha!
Barracks. Phylax is down.
Her soldiers will scatter, but there are other powerful Elixni that will stand in your path.
Destroying the general doesn't destroy the army. But this
Now
is a
you should
start,
just
at
have to go
least.
with Tune, right?
Let's get that splinter back to camp.
Remember.
Splinter back to camp? Back to camp?
Is it?
Speak with the Exo.
Speak with Exo Street.
Yeah. We'll just do that, then you can. That'll be a good stopping point for you. Then it'll be like. Then you get like an aspect.
I
So the way
know
the
I can only... Oh, go
stasis
ahead.
breaks down is like you get your super, then you have to get aspects by doing stasis stuff and strikes and.
I see.
Dang, and you have to do this on all your characters?
Yup.
Uh,
If you want the stasis out, you don't have to if you don't want the stasis part. Right now, there's only one really good stasis, and you guys are both playing it. It's Warlock.
it's fun.
Titan's all right. It got a pretty big buff, and they nerfed Hunter in PvP and stuff. Their Shatter Dive and all that, which it was broke as hell.
Definitely my favorite.
All right, so you can fast travel to. So. Also, it's a long bike ride.
Justin woke up from a nap. Little doggy.
Aramis's
Hey, Fried
presence
Rye,
on
how's it
Europa is
going?
not happenstance.
Small doggo. Yeah,
Temptation
he's
set the
tiny.
wheels in motion, but obsession propelled her here. To destroy the light with an army of darkness, she and her followers make those selfish choices moment to moment. The darkness places a spotlight on our desires, as it once did me and those I cared about. For a time, I had forgotten. Humanity relies on our selfless acts to bring about a better world. Darkness is no more than a tool with which we do so. With splinters of darkness still in hand, Aramis remains an immediate danger to humanity. Look within. Focus your power. Let it grow. The ziggurat awaits.
Hey. This lady is kind of cool.
Aramis. I remember that name from Twilight Gap. Wouldn't want to tangle with her.
So head back to the tower or something?
Or do you have to do the shrine?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I just saw it. I don't know if you can attune with the next one.
Oh, that's what that symbol is.
Yeah.
Tiny old man dog.
Guardian, this feels
What?
wrong.
What kind of pup is it?
He's a little
I'm not going
Maltese.
anywhere.
Oh,
If you need
okay.
me, I'm here.
He is ancient. He's turning 14, estimated this year.
Wow. We had a Shih Tzu that made it to like 15 estimated. It was like a Katrina dog.
Aww.
But yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy that the little dogs live so long.
Yeah. Right? That's where you guys want to stop it?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Copy that.
Thank you so much for your help on this.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for playing.
For sure. And then like I said, when right now it's the end of season, so a lot of people in the clan are like burnt out from it. But
Yeah.
if you want to do some raids, and I got like I know at least 5, 6 people that'll easily help us get you guys some clears.
Nice. Thank you.
Like I said, that's where the fun part is. The raid is like you get 6 people, got to work together, and that's the end game content for the PvE side.
Yeah, that sounds
The raids in the dungeon.
Yeah, it seems more fun with a bigger group, and that was like my whole thing with this game was like, it's only 3 people.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that when it first came out, like 3 was like the standard stack for all the standard PvE stuff, and then raids were 6. Now they have other 6 activities like dares, and there's other activities that take 6 people to do, but at the core of Destiny, like that's the way they've always had it.
Nice. Fried Rice says Destiny looks so much more different from when it first came out. I have no idea what it looked like when it first came out, so. Alright, I guess I should leave the chat then. But yeah, thank you so much, Truckin. You're the best.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Yeah, just now that you're in the Discord, just hit me up in the Discord or DM or whatever, and you guys ever want to help with getting a quest done or something.
Sounds good.
All right, well, you guys have a good night.
Yeah,
You too.
Later.
Bye. Let's see. Well, thanks folks for joining. Gonna call it. It's kind of getting late. I'm getting tired. So I appreciate y'all showing up here. And all of that. My brain is not working right now. I was like, what am I saying?
Eloquent.
Oh, I think they just ended too. Oops. Okay, they just ended too. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, Sam. It was really nice meeting you today. I think I'm gonna go raid a keyboard stream then. I think that's like all that's really on right now. We're gonna go raid. When? I'll have keyboard streams one day. It'll happen. I'm still waiting for stuff. Yeah, that's who I was gonna raid. But yeah, I'm still waiting for stuff to come in. I think by Wednesday, maybe I'll do like an unboxing stream or something because I have so many packages. It's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, I'm just starting out, so definitely getting all the supplies, like all the soldering materials, safety stuff, and all that. So, but anyway, I really appreciate everyone for hanging out, all the follows today, and yeah, I'll catch you guys around. We're gonna be playing Back for Blood tomorrow, I think. Yeah, Back for Blood tomorrow. So, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you like watching us kill zombies and screaming and stuff, feel free to join. Yeah, okay, alright, let's see. Do this raid thing. Have a great night, y'all. Really appreciate y'all being here. Raid.